This is Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Subaru.
Cubbies back at Wrigley looking to snap an 8-game skid. The tarp is on. The rain has been fairly steady the last hour or so, but we are hoping to have baseball for you. Dusty Baker, first place Reds in town. Welcome to Subaru Cubs Pregame Live alongside my partner Todd Hollinsworth. I'm David Kaplan. All right, Cubs haven't won since the trade deadline. They barely have scored since the trade deadline. Earlier, they had a 12-game skid. Could you see this thing jumping the tracks to that degree because the pitching is no longer here?
Well, it kind of has jumped the tracks, but you're at home. This is the one thing that, in my mind, going over this last night, looking at this team, assessing where they were on the road, they're 27-24 at home, and they've played good baseball at Wrigley Field. Let's hope that's the case. Let's hope it carries over. You got the Reds in town. The Reds, they've lost 4 straight themselves. The longest losing streak right now. They're scuffling a little bit. Just got swept by the Brewers. You got an opportunity. It's wet. It's dreary. Get out there tonight and get after it. Get yourself a win.
All right, for more on tonight's game, let's send you out to the friendly confines where Gail Fisher is standing by with the latest on the Cubs. Gail?
Well, Cap, Holly, we're just hoping the Cubs have the opportunity to break that 8-game losing streak. Right now, this game is officially under a delay. They have set no time for this game to start. They may not even know at this point. There has been a steady rain here at Wrigley Field for the last hour and a half. As you can see behind me, the tarp is on the field. We'll try to get you that information as soon as it becomes available in terms of when this game will start. But, Holly, you nailed it just in terms of the Cubs do play better here at home. Their win percentage at Wrigley Field is .529 compared to .276 on the road. That's a pretty huge difference. In fact, it's second in the major leagues, that disparaging mark between home record and road record. So hopefully they can turn things around tonight if they get this game started. Dale Swaim talked about that losing streak, and you know, it comes down to the old cliche. You just have to take it one pitch at a time and one at bat at a time.
Just a matter of you know, going out and competing, and yeah, it's tough, but every major league game is tough. You know, it's why you play 162 games. Teams get hot, teams get cold, you know, all that. But you know, these guys, I mean, no matter who we're playing, this is going to be a you know, whatever 53-game stretch where you're going to see what guys are made out of, no doubt about it.
Well, tonight it will be for Brett Jackson and Josh Vitters, their first time at Wrigley Field as major league players. We'll see if Vitters gets in the game. He's not in the starting lineup, but Brett Jackson will make his Wrigley Field debut. He is playing left field and batting 7th. Both are top picks for the Cubs, and although they've come a long way in the minor leagues together, they're very good friends. They said they had no timetable for when they expected to be called up to the majors, but right now, right here, this feels like the right time for both of them.
I think you want to be up as soon as you can, right? And certainly knew how close I was this year, and you know, wanted to be here. Certainly that probably led to a lot of the reason why I pushed myself in the minor leagues, and probably led to a little struggle, but struggle that, you know, in the end is going to be, you know, a great learning experience for me, and you know, force me to grow as a player. I couldn't ask for a better setup. I mean, Brett's one of my best friends, and for us to both get called together is really just a dream come true. I mean, we are going to go through the same experiences. We're both going to hopefully have success and have a great time.
Now, both joined the team while they were on the road, and both have struggled a little bit. Vitters 1 for 10 so far, and Brett Jackson is 2 for 11. So hopefully Wrigley Field will be a bit kinder to them. They both said it's been a whirlwind. They haven't had a lot of sleep, so hopefully they can get into a real nice routine now. I asked Brett what it will be like to make his Wrigley Field debut. He said, I don't know. I'll tell you after the game. So I'll ask him after the game if they, in fact, play this one. Guys, let's send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you very much, Gail. So interesting stuff. Let's talk about the 2 newest Cubs, Jackson and Vitters. Let's start with Jackson. His first day in L.A., 2 for 4, drives in a run, looks fairly comfortable at the plate, and then it's been a strikeout party ever since.
8 strikeouts and 11 at bats, so he's going to have to find a way to cut it down. I mean, you're going to, listen, we've talked about the number of strikeouts he's had in the minor leagues. I promised that I wasn't going to overanalyze this and make too much out of it, especially early. But, I mean, it's a fact. I mean, he's got to understand putting the ball in play. it's going to be to his advantage the sooner that he learns that, and he learns it up here. That to me is where the safe landing is. He's at the big league level right now. He can change games in different ways. Cap, I've told you about that. Defensively, on the base paths, instinctually, he's very, very talented, very, very good, and it's what the Cubs love about him. But again, those strikeouts have got to start to come down, and you hope that he learns it. And even if it's here where he learns it, he's got to do that. I had to learn it going through. When I got in there, Cap, I used to tell you, wailing away, trying to hit balls as far as I could. I had to understand with 2 strikes that I have to cut down on my swing, make productive outs, put the ball in play, and make some things happen. I could not survive hitting 22 home runs and striking out 170 times at the major league level. And that's, to me, who Brett Jackson is. I don't see him projecting out as a 40 home run guy. Do you?
No.
30 home run guy. And if that's going to be the case, he's ultimately going to have to cut down on those strikeouts and bring them down near 100 over the course of a 162-game season.
All right, Josh Vitters is not in the starting lineup today. He got his first major league hit Tuesday, 0 for 4 yesterday. He hit 304 at Iowa. Looks to be a pretty solid offensive player. Made a great defensive play the other night. There's still some question about his long-term viability at third. What are you seeing from him?
No, I like what I've seen so far. Real nice swing, stayed through the zone, double in the gap right there. You're going to see it. Good approach, calm. Got his front foot down. That's what I like. I look at Brett's swing. It's a little rough around the edges, kind of like mine when I first got to the big leagues. I was a bit of a hacker myself, but much smoother approach. Certainly gets the balls, covers the strike zone, gets to all 4 quadrants, and I think it's just a matter of time for him. I want to see him get comfortable. I want to see him get to Wrigley today, get in there, play his first big league ball game, take a deep breath, go through a week at Wrigley Field, get back out on the road, and then kind of assess where he is at. Right now, I like what I see, and honestly, I know people have got doubts about him defensively, but I've got no reason to doubt him right now. All I've seen so far is pretty solid and a spectacular play, so I'm going with that.
All right, let's take a look at the Cubs' starting lineup for manager Dale Swaim. David DeJesus leads off at right. Darwin Barney's in the 2-hole. Rizzo at first. Soriano in left. Castro, Valbuena, Jackson, Clevenger, and the pitcher Chris Volstad looking for his first win in 13 months.
They got to get it going. I mean, you could pick just about any guy out of this lineup. Darwin Barney 6 for 12 against Leak going in there tonight. But again, the top of this lineup, hopefully David DeJesus does a great job setting the table and see some pitches, make some things happen up there. But this is we're struggling top to bottom. I mean, you can't even throw. You got to throw Anthony Rizzo in there. He's only hitting 250 over the last week or so. So I mean, collectively they got to get it going. And to me, you're talking about the Cincinnati Reds right now. Get it going early. They've got a tremendous bullpen. They've got Mike Leake on the mound. Tonight is the night that you get in there and capitalize on opportunities.
Starlin Castro snapped an 0 for 21 streak with a single yesterday. His average has dropped all the way down to 273. And some fans saying, well, this is a guy we expected to be well over 300. Why is he going in the wrong direction?
He's struggling a little bit with the process, Cap. I mean, clearly he's trying to be more patient. He's trying to see more pitches, and it's kind of working against his nature. It's going to take time. But you've got 2 choices in this situation. You say, all right, we're going to let you be who you are, which is a free swinging, very, very talented, quick hands, and let you go out there, swing it. 200 hit season last year, expanding the strike zone. What was it, 300 with a 312 on base percentage, whatever it is. But you understand my point. Or you start to learn how to earn better pitches throughout the at-bat, get yourself into a position where you can drive the ball, hit the ball out of the yard, and at some point he's going to have to learn it. Really, it's just a question of how you're going about it. And right now, Starlin is starting to learn how to take pitches, and it's kind of working against who he is.
Reds have been without Joey Votto, the MVP last year, since July the 16th when he underwent arthroscopic surgery on his left knee. They still want to find a way to keep hitting the ball, though, because they have been outstanding. You take a look at some of the guys that have stepped up and produced. I mean, Brandon Phillips is a solid player. There's a veteran in Ryan Ludwig who gives them some productivity. I mean, they've got guys, that's not their best lineup by far, but they still find a way to score.
No, I mean, let's talk some numbers here. Since Joey Votto went out, and I think that's really been kind of the stage everybody's been gauging this team. What are they going to do when Votto went out? They've only gotten better. 19-7 since the break, 13-4 at home. Phillips, 299, 3-14. Ludwig, 333, 6 homers and 21 RBIs since Joey Votto went on the disabled list. So you talk about guys filling in, stepping into a rotation, or stepping into somebody's spot on the team, a stud, an elite talent in Joey Votto, and making some things happen. Well, these guys have definitely done that.
And it makes it easier then for Dusty Baker to say, Joey, relax. We're doing fine. I want that knee healed because we've got bigger fish to fry at the end of the year.
That was there was rumors out there that he was going to be back today, and they've kind of backed it up. And it's really because this team is playing good baseball. And I will say this is good. Talk about some of the performances that they've been getting offensively. This is a team that's built around pitching and defense, and they've definitely been getting it done.
Time now for the Comcast Business Edge. Today we focus on Jay Bruce, Comcast Business Edge. Sports at the speed of business. He is 5 for 15 against the Cubs this season. He's only one of 4 players in the National League with at least 25 two-baggers and 20 home runs. He's a really good player.
Very, very talented. It'd be wise of the Cubs to contain him, keep him cool. He's been cool of late. Not one of their hotter hitters. Certainly looking at post-All-Star break, but he has been one of the guys who has been one of their leaders, one of the guys I clearly believed was going to step up during this time. But Jay Bruce, honestly, it's been more Ryan Ludwick and Brandon Phillips than it has been Jay Bruce. We do know that he's streaking. Don't get him hot, because if he gets rolling, boy, you could see a 6 for 12 in this series with a few balls leaving the
I was
yard.
looking over at your lineup. I think you've got him circled. Don't let him get hot. Cubs better have a lead heading into the 9th inning because the chances of scoring against Reds closer Aroldis Chapman, infinitesimal. Our Joe Stonecrab, what's at stake? We look at Chapman's dirty numbers against National League teams. They are phenomenal. An 0.19 ERA, 0.19 in 48 1/3 innings. He's allowed just 17 hits and 1 earned run. 1, while striking out 93. This guy is worth every nickel they paid to get him out of Cuba.
He's underpaid. That's all I can say.
Wow.
I mean, post-All-Star break, I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't want to sit here. I mean, you could pick any window with Aroldis Chapman right now and start talking great numbers, but I'm going to do it. 14 out of 14 save opportunity. He's got his earned run average since the break, 0. I mean, that's how good he is. And I'm also going to mention Sean Marshall, because his earned run average is 0. And Sam LaCour, .84. And Logan Andrusek, he's got a 2.5. So these guys are getting it done. And you're learning about the Cincinnati Reds right now. Who are they? What are they? Give us a quality start. Turn it over to the bullpen. Score enough runs. We're winning right now.
He reminds me, although he throws a little harder, he reminds me in some ways of Chris Sale at the White Sox.
Yeah, he gets out there a little bit, but 101, boy, that's intimidating.
It is. One minor league note for the Cubs. Jorge Soler has been promoted to Class A Peoria. Time for our first break. When we come back, take a look at tonight's pitching matchup. After a solid outing against the Dodgers last Saturday, will this be the night that Chris Volstead finally gets his first win as a Cub and his first win in 13 months? Pitching matchup breakdown is next. Tarp is on the field. The game starts in a delay. No time has been set for first pitch. Stay right here.
What's at Stake is brought to you by Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. For the city's finest selection of prime steaks and fresh seafood, there's no better place than Joe's.
We asked over 3,000 doctors to review 5-Hour Energy, and what they said is amazing. Over 73% who reviewed 5-Hour Energy said they would recommend a low-calorie energy supplement to their healthy patients who use energy supplements. 73%. 5-Hour Energy has 4 calories and is used over 9 million times a week. Is 5-Hour Energy right for you? Ask your doctor. We already asked 3,000.
Your old air conditioner is costing you money. Put your money back in your pocket with a new energy-efficient air conditioner from Four Seasons. And right now, get a new air conditioner from just $24.95 installed. Furnace and AC combos from just $36.95. Plus, enjoy 5 years interest-free financing. Save money on your electric bill with a new AC from Four Seasons.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey, buddy. Where's your new bike?
Huh?
Your bike.
I traded it.
You traded it? For what? Honey?
Helpful steps for parents can help. Take the first step today at BMO Harris Bank.
Ready to go to work?
I can feel you in my bones. I feel you in my heart. I know it in my soul. You've loved me from the start. You've made me who I am and all I'll ever be.
Every
Every mom needs a little helper. That's why I got a Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
During the August sales event, get 0.9% APR financing for 36 months on select 2012 models.
So, it's a busy time of year. I'm feeding the kids, I'm feeding the spouse, I'm feeding the dog. Are you guys ready for school yet?
No.
I'm taking the kids to school, soccer practice, ballet lessons, guitar lessons. I'm making the gift list. I'm shopping for Aunt Rita. New job, new wife, new baby, 6 nieces, 4 nephews. Dallas, LA, Seattle, New York, Paris. I'm running out of time. I love logistics.
Now get 50% off any Domino's pizza when you order online. 50% off sausage pizzas, specialty pizzas, even barbecue banana pepper pizzas. If you're into that, this week only get 50% off the menu price of 34 million pizza combinations at Domino's.com.
We are hoping to bring you baseball tonight, but it is not looking real good. Cubs and Reds waiting on a rain delay at the confines. No time even set for first pitch. Welcome back. Subaru Cubs pregame live along with Todd Hollingsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Let's take a look at our Toshiba pitching matchup for tonight. Chris Volstad for the Cubs, looking for his first win in 13 months, taking on Mike Leake. Volstad still winless, as I said, since July 10, 2011. That's 21 straight starts. He's 0-8 with the Cubs with a 7.22 ERA, a bit bloated. But his last start Saturday in L.A., the best of the year for him, allowed just 2 runs in 7 innings.
Yeah, he went toe-to-toe with Clayton Kershaw. 7 innings, 2 earned runs, and had a great sinker and stayed, for me, stayed with it. That boy Chris. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see you pound that sinker in there. And really what it did is it opened up his curveball and his changeup later in the ballgame. You saw a stretch where he had 3 strikeouts in a row with the curve and the changeup factoring in late in the game. Changed their eyesight, changed their levels. And I like it, but he hammered down at a 75% clip through the first 4 innings. That sinker, and that's what he needs to do. You see it on the TV. You see the ball coming back, darting, diving, and throwing it to both corners. You see how effective it is. Cap, it's 92, 93 miles an hour. Young man, hammer that bad boy in there. Big league hitters can't do much with it when you're throwing it for strikes. Hopefully he does it tonight.
Reds have used only 5 starting pitchers this season. That's it. And the Cubs will see 4 of them in this series. Tonight, it's Mike Leake. Cubs faced him back on April 21st at Wrigley. He gave up 5 runs on 10 hits and 5 2/3. It was given the loss. This guy, when he's locked in, he's been pretty good.
Well, I mean, the challenge with Mike Leake is 5 pitches that he throws consistently. Fastball, cutter, slider, curveball, change. 88, 89, 90 miles an hour is not going to blow it away. A little tilt, a little addition, a little subtraction, but that's who he is. Your game plan, really, you've got to stay up the middle with this guy because he'll throw any pitch in any count. Look at the percentages, break it down. He's going curveball, slider, fastball. He'll pitch backwards, he'll pitch forwards. And if he gets in a rhythm and you're swinging, he's going to work off the plate. So really, it's to the Cubs' advantage to be very, very disciplined about their approach with Mike Leake tonight to see what he is doing early. If he's getting ahead and throwing strikes, and if that's the case, get after it. Start swinging the bat early because, again, I talk about how good that bullpen is. That's part of the game plan. Mike knows that as well.
There has been quite a bit of turnover with players on the Cubs this season. Of the current 25-man roster, 12 were not with the team on opening day when the Nationals were here in town. If you go back to opening day of 2011, there are only 6 players left from that time. Barney, Castro, Marmol, Russell, Samardzija, and Soriano. So this is a complete rebuild.
Well, it's going to take some time. I mean, you're looking for foundational pieces, and the question is, I mean, you look at that list right there, and I'm not sure that all 6 of those guys right there are going to be foundational pieces. You might see more to come this winter. Certainly, there's players on this team that we all like, that we believe are guys that we're going to rally around and might be here for a few years to come. But again, that's what the last 2 months of the season's for. Find out how these guys finish when the pressure's not on, but again, the expectation is you've got to finish out the season and you got to play hard.
Still to come on the show, Todd will give us his keys to the game. We'll pick our key performers, but as we head to break, look at our Cubs poll question for today. We want to know who will finish the season with a higher batting average with the Cubs, Brett Jackson or Josh Vitters. CSNChicago.com, the spot. Find the Cubs team page. Click on the ballot to vote. Results later on the postgame show.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Subaru. Discover what it's like to have a car you can love.
Ready to go to work?
I can feel you in my bones. I feel you in
needs a little helper. That's why I got a Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
During the August sales event, get 0.9% APR financing for 36 months on select 2012 models.
Now get 50% off any Domino's pizza when you order online. 50% off sausage pizzas, specialty pizzas, even barbecue banana pepper pizzas. If you're into that, this week only get 50% off the menu price of 34 million pizza combinations at Domino's.com.
Doc? Doc? Goose!
Our technology builds some of the best tires in the world. Because when it comes to performance, we don't just play around.
Cheater, we said no 360s.
Who's up for some leapfrog?
Training can't wait. Collaboration can't wait. The data of sports demands a new breed of speed. Comcast Business Class. Ethernet speeds up to 10 gigabits per second. Add bandwidth as you need it. A secure, reliable network. Because business can't wait to be at the top of its game. Don't wait. Call 800-501-6000 today and switch to Comcast Business Class.
Book your fantasy football draft party at Buffalo Wild Wings and get a free draft kit and $100 of free food for future visits while supplies last. For locations, visit BuffaloWildWings.com.
Doc? Doc? Goose!
Our technology builds some of the best tires in the world. Because when it comes to performance, we don't just play around.
Cheater, we said no 360s.
Who's up for some leapfrog?
Fix it or find a new job.
I got it. I'm sorry.
These people, huh?
You know, I found that anger is the enemy of instruction.
You don't know the egos that I have to deal with.
You're probably right.
Thank you. Whoever you are.
I'm pretty sure that was Phil Jackson. He's quite famous. A million championships, triangle offense.
The Audi A8, named Best Large Luxury Sedan.
Nice wheels, Zen Master.
Thank you.
Get complimentary Audi Care maintenance and a possible $3,000 bonus on the lease or purchase of an Audi A8.
Pay the man. Pay him, pay him, pay him.
It's about, grinding and staying within the game. And when you play first base in the American League, you should produce.
Start right there. Look at that with the corduroy.
Tonight, catch the on-air premiere, CSNChicago.com's Pat Boyle podcast. Tune in as Pat sits down with some of Chicago's biggest names, including Lance Briggs, Tom Thayer, and White Sox manager Robin Ventura. The Pat Boyle podcast, presented by Mazda. That's tonight at the Sportsnet Central on Comcast Sports. Welcome back. Subaru Cubs pregame live. Matt Garza met the media today for the first time since the team placed the pitcher on the disabled list with a stress reaction in his pitching elbow. Garza said he plans on returning to the rotation this season and added he wasn't expecting to even land on the DL.
Definitely surprised. I was thrown through this thing, so to me I thought it was just another little bump. Fine, and keep going. And Doc said, "No, you got to shut it down, and got to listen to Doc." They not let me throw a ball, so it's that's what I get paid to do. So it's not fun to come here and sit down and I get to work out and ride a bike and watch a ball game, but it's still not what I like doing. I like being out there taking control of my game and being able to do what I get paid to do.
Now, he is the ultimate competitor. He wants to be back out there. He thought he was going to pitch on Tuesday, but the Cubs have to exercise extreme caution here. It's not like he's locked up for 5 years and he's going nowhere. This is a guy that either you're going to give him big money, so you want to make sure he's healthy, or you're going to trade him.
But you got to make sure he's 100%. I mean, that is the ultimately the bottom line with Matt Garza, and whether he likes it or not, they are going to take care of him. They're going to take care of his health and make sure that before he toes the rubber again, he is 100% healthy and capable of going out there and making pitches and getting guys out and seeing that velocity. You do not want any hesitation, any reservation, any doubt in anybody's mind before he gets back out on the mound.
All right, let's get Todd's Subaru keys to the ball game.
All right, guys, I think we're going to get a win tonight. 8 is enough. Well, that's the last one. We're going to go first here. Early offense, that's got to be part of it. Why the bullpen? We talked a little Aroldis Chapman. We talked Cincinnati Reds bullpen. Got to get it done. That's how the Reds have been winning. They've been getting decent starting pitching. Great bullpen and some timely hitting, but for the Cubs offense, they've got to wake it up. If you got opportunities early in this ball game, make the most of them. You can't miss out. We've talked about it before. Runners in scoring position. This team's struggling a little bit. Guys, get on base, get them around. Fundamental baseball, but get the early lead and play with it, because I'll tell you what, if this game goes late and this thing's tied, you're gonna be dealing with a nasty, nasty bullpen and Aroldis Chapman at the very, very end. Step in the right direction. Let's talk a little Chris Volstead, number 2, coming off his finest start as a Cub. What I saw was a great sinker. He factored in his off-speed pitches, his curveball, and his changeup as the game went on, which I really like to see, because before in times past, I felt like that was what was killing his starts, is that he was getting away from the sinker, trying so hard to get into those pitches. A great start. Carry over the same approach. It's got to be a step in the right direction. Volstead cannot lose the momentum that he got in Los Angeles, because for me, honestly, I mean, if you're grading him out, his back's against the wall. He has got to bring it for the rest of this year and prove to the brass that he belongs. And finally, 8 is enough right there. We're talking about the 8-game losing streak, and the Cubs being back home at the confines, feeling good. 3 games over, 500, playing pretty good baseball throughout the season. Don't lose it. It's the one thing, it's the one thread I've got personally that's still working in our favor, guys. Boys, get it done. This is a place you played well at of late. You're playing good baseball. You've got Volstead coming off a great start. Offense, really, for me, you guys tonight have got to get it going, produce some runs for this team.
All right, time for our key performers. You're on a bit of a win streak. Nobody had a win the last time. You get to make first pick.
I'm going to go Luis Valbuena. He's been swinging the bat, certainly the best the last 7 days. I'm going to go with him tonight.
All right, I'm going Darwin Barney. Good history against Mike Leake. For Holly, our great crew, I'm David Kaplan. Thank you for watching Subaru Cubs pregame live. Todd and I back here after the final out, weather permitting, for the postgame show. Len and Bob are next.
We asked over 3,000 doctors to review 5-Hour Energy. And what they said is amazing. Over 73% who reviewed 5-Hour Energy said they would recommend a low-calorie energy supplement to their healthy patients who use energy supplements. 73%. 5-Hour Energy has 4 calories and is used over 9 million times a week. Is 5-Hour Energy right for you? Ask your doctor. We already asked 3,000.
Now get 50% off any Domino's pizza when you order online. 50% off sausage pizzas, specialty pizzas, even barbecue banana pepper pizzas. If you're into that, this week only get 50% off the menu price of 34 million pizza combinations at Domino's.com.
Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
It's a golden opportunity to drive a car filled with as much advanced technology as the world around it. With the available Lexus Inform app suite, use movietickets.com to purchase tickets, search with Bing, and listen to iHeartRadio. Presenting the 2013 Lexus GS, RX, and the all-new ES. During the Golden Opportunity Sales Event, get great values on some of our newest models. Lease the all-wheel drive 2013 RX 350 with navigation for these terms, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Jack Link's Jerky presents Snackin' with Fast Watch. Feed your wild side.
We proudly present Chicago Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
The 2012 Cubs version 2.0 return to Wrigley Field to take on the first place Reds. Cubs are trying to play spoiler. They'll take on the Cincinnati Reds 8 times over their next 11 games. And tonight the Cubs open up a 7-game homestand and hopefully the first of a 4-game series versus the first place Cincinnati Reds. And hi again, everyone. Alongside Bob Brenly, I'm Len Casper. You can see the tarp on the field behind us. We will not start on time. There's a lot of weather in the area. And the Cubs have changed a lot over the past couple of weeks. And really, Bob, it's changed a lot over the last year.
It has, Len. If you look back to the opening day lineup last season, if you look at the pitching staff from last season, there's only 3 returning starters: Darwin Barney, Starlin Castro, Alfonso Soriano. 1 starting pitching from the opening day rotation. That's Jeff Samardzija. And it's been a revolving door as far as that 25-man roster goes.
Both teams on losing streaks. The Cubs have dropped 8 in a row. The Reds at one point won 22 of 25, but they've lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we're catching the Reds at a good time for the Cubs. This is a juggernaut of a ball club. They have a strong bullpen, pretty strong starting rotation. Their offense can be very, very explosive. They play great defense, but they've lost their last 4 ball games.
And in the last 23 without Joey Votto on the DL, they've played well, 16-7. The pitching matchup, Chris Volstad will go for the Cubs, right-hander Mike Leake for the Reds. But again, we will start under a rain delay, and it's been all about the rookies here lately. Josh Vitters with his first big league hit a couple of nights ago. Not in the lineup tonight. Brett Jackson is. We'll have more from a rainy Wrigley Field coming up.
Doc? Doc? Goose!
Our technology builds some of the best tires in the world. Because when it comes to performance, we don't just play around.
Cheater, we said no 360s.
Who's up for some leapfrog?
I gladly referred some of my friends to DirecTV, and now I get $40 a month off my bill. If I'm happy with something, I'm going to tell my friends about it. You know, I've referred people to my mechanic, but he's never given me a free oil change. But with DirecTV, when I refer somebody, I get a discount, and I think that says something about them.
For every friend you refer to DirecTV, you'll get $10 off your bill every month, and so will they. Refer more friends, save more money. Just give them your account number before they call.
In the Garage with Ross and Matt Kenseth.
Okay, Ross.
Get your tool collection started off right at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Do you even know what to do with that thing?
Build your tool collection at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy? Toyota. Right now, you can get a lot for less at your local Toyota dealer, official partner of the Chicago Cubs. The new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit att.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. BMO Harris Bank. helping money make sense. BMO Harris Bank, NA member FDIC. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Well, not raining at the moment, but the tarp has been on the field for the last several hours. Neither team took batting practice today, and I'd say it's iffy right now if we can get this one in tonight. Certainly both teams would like to do that. They already have a day-night doubleheader, a makeup in Cincinnati coming up a week from Saturday, and the Cubs returning home. And one of the stories here over the last week, the injury to Cubs right-handed starter Matt Garza. He is on the 15-day disabled list with a stress reaction in his right elbow. Let's get the update from his manager, and Matt also spoke to the media earlier today.
No, I mean, he was, he wasn't in the, the typical Matt Garza spirits, that's for sure. I think he's a little down right now, and disappointed with the outcome of everything. But on the same tone, he's going to do everything he can to get back as well.
The Sunday just didn't feel right at all, and they made the call to send me back here and let Doc take a look. And he took a look, ran a couple tests, and he didn't like what he saw, so he said, we're going to rest you up for a little bit and let this thing get healthy and see what we can do after that.
So that's Matt Garza. He would love to pitch toward the end of 2012's. Cubs will have to make a decision whether or not that is in his and their best interest, but more to come on that over the next few weeks. And more to come from a wet Wrigley Field. We are in a rain delay. Reds and Cubs trying to kick off a 4-game weekend set. Reds with a 3-game lead over the Pirates in the National League Central. An edition of Batter's Box coming up, and we'll have updates from the ballpark.
An accident doesn't have to slow you down. With better car replacement, available only with Liberty Mutual Auto Insurance. If your car is totaled, we give you the money for a car 1 model year newer. Visit a local Chicago office for details. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
How do you make summer feel 90 days longer? Get to the Mazda Summer Drive, because you can save big on a 2012 Mazda 3 with no payments for 90 days and 0% APR for 60 months. So get our hottest deal of the summer on the 40 MPG Highway Mazda 3 with Skyactiv technology. 0% APR for 60 months, no payments for 90 days. Only at the Mazda Summer Drive, and only for a limited time.
Get big savings at Menards.
With an 11% rebate on everything in the store.
You can't afford to miss this sale.
Save 11% on lumber.
Save 11% on plumbing.
Save 11% on electrical.
Get an 11% rebate on doors.
And so much more.
The more you buy,
the more you save.
All-purpose poly seam seal caulk works for both interior and exterior projects. It's available in 3 colors, 11% off. Plus, get an additional 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Box is presented by Midas. Trust the Midas touch. And also brought to you in part by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Domino's. Oh yes, we did.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Batter's Box presented by Midas, Chicago's only White Sox and Cubs trivia tournament. Chicago's baseball fans facing off to determine which team has the most passionate and knowledgeable fan base. 16 will play, only 1 will win. Here's what's at stake: bragging rights and a game day experience of a lifetime, complete with a private suite at the ballpark for you and your friends, plus the opportunity to go out and throw that ceremonial first pitch and much, much more. We've made it halfway through the first round. 2 Cubs fans have advanced, 2 Sox fans have advanced. 8 players left fighting it out for the remaining 4 spots. Now let's meet our next 2 Cubs contestants. David and Monty, each inning, you have a chance to answer 4 multiple choice trivia questions. Answering a question correctly helps move your runners around the base pass in an effort to score runs. Whoever has the most runs at the end of 3 innings wins the game and moves on to the next round. Now you can ask for a single, a double, a triple, or a home run. Singles are the easy questions. Home runs obviously are the really hard questions. How you want to play that whole thing is totally up to you. During the game, you can also use 2 helpers. You can ask to work the count, presented by AT&T. This means 2 of the incorrect answers are removed from the choices. You can also use a pinch hitter. Your pinch hitter, a designated friend that you brought with, can help you answer that question. You can only use each helper once per game, and you can use your helpers, but not on home run value. So it's just single, double, and triple. You guys ready to play?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. David, you are up first. What do you want to do? Bases empty, first inning.
Double.
Going for a double out of the gate. David's first question is, who was the first former Cub to be elected into the Hall of Fame? Former Cub to be elected into the Hall of Fame. Grover Cleveland Alexander, Cap Anson, Mordecai Three-Finger Brown, or A.G. Spalding?
Can you remove 2?
You're going to, right away, you're going to a helper. That's all right. Presented by AT&T. We're going to use your helper. And here it is. We take 2 off. You're left with Grover Cleveland Alexander and Mordecai Three-Finger Brown.
I'm going to go A.
And you are correct. So out of the gate, a double. Good use of the helper because you got a man at second base. We go over to Monty, and Monty, your first plate appearance, what do you want to do?
I'll go with a double.
You're going with a double. Okay, your double question. Who's the last Cubs manager never to have played in the majors? Bruce Kim, Mike Quade, Jim Riggleman, or Tom Troublehorn?
B, Mike Quade.
Mike Quade, the Prospect High School grad, is correct, and you have a man at second base. So 2 doubles to open up the game. David, man at second, your second trip to the plate. What do you like?
Single.
Single. Your question, this should be an easy one. Which brother combination pitched for the Cubs at the same time? Dean, Maddox, Necro, or Russell?
I'm going to go D, Russell.
D, Russell is correct. And so there you go. Another man aboard. You're now first and third as you head to your third plate appearance. Monty, you have a man at second. What do you want to do?
I'll go with the double as well.
You're going with a double here. Monty, your question is, 2 current Cubs homered in their major league debut. Starlin Castro and who else? Jeff Baker, David DeJesus, Joe Mather, or Alfonso Soriano? Current Cub homered in their major league debut.
I will work the count on this question.
He is going to work the count. All right, work the count. Presented by AT&T, we're going to eliminate 2 of these options. Okay, does that help you at all? It's down to Jeff Baker and David DeJesus.
No, those were the ones that I was trying to pick between. I'm going to go with A, Jeff Baker.
And Jeff Baker is correct. You didn't need the help, but you got it right anyway. So there's a double and our first run of the game. So it's 1-0 Monty, man at second. David, you're up with a man at first and third.
I'm going to go with another single.
Going for a single, this would drive in a run and tie up the game. David's question, what year was the Cubs' first night game? 1939, 1980, 86, or 88?
D, 1988.
And that is correct. 1988, first night game for the Cubs. And so the game is tied up 1-1. You still have runners at first and second. Monty, we go back to you, man at second, and you can take the lead. What do you want to do?
I'm going to stick with doubles.
Sticking with doubles. Well, it seems to be working. Let's try another 2-bagger. Monty's question is, with which team did Greg Maddux finish his career? Braves, Cubs, Dodgers, or Padres?
Luke, as I told you, Greg Maddux is actually my favorite all-time player, so I have to know this one. D.
Ooh. Well, wait, a hesitation there. You're rethinking that.
I'm going to go with the C, Dodgers.
And that was the right move to change your mind. It is the Dodgers. C is the answer. So Monty with another double and another run. It's 2-1. And David, you're back at the plate. Men at first and second.
I'm going to go with a double.
Going with a double. All right, here's your question for the 2-bagger. Which of these MVP-winning pitchers has never pitched for the Cubs? Dennis Eckersley, Willie Hernandez, Denny McLain, or Bobby Shantz?
B, Willie Hernandez.
That is incorrect. It is Denny McLean. So you leave the runners at first and second. You finish the first inning with 1 run. We go back, though, to Monty, and you have a chance to score again. What do you want to do with a man at second? Double, triple, or homer would drive him in.
I will go with a double.
Going for a double and 1 more run. A possible 3-1 lead at the end of 1. Who hit the famous homer in the Gloman September 28, 1938? Ripper Collins, Augie Gallen, Stan Hack, or Gabby Hartnett?
Luke, that's D, Gabby Hartnett.
You're sure about that?
I'm certain.
Well, you are right. It is Gabby Hartnett, and that's another run. 3-1 now. Monty with the lead after 1 inning, but this is far from over. 2 more innings of baseball to play here. We're coming back with the second inning. It's going to be a close one here on the Batter's Box.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Get an oil change, tire rotation, and courtesy check for only $24.99. Now at Midas.
Maybe just a short run today.
The Odyssey by Homer. Book 1. Tell me, O Muse, famous town of Troy. Book 3. Book 12. Poseidon. Book 17. Book 20. Thunderbolts. Book 24. The end.
All right, what's next?
Chapter 1. Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how long.
AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. Rethink possible.
Every Domino's sandwich is made fresh with only our best ingredients.
They're not simply toasted. They're baked all the way through our pizza ovens. It makes my mouth water right now, actually.
Order any of our oven-baked sandwiches or medium 2-topping pizzas. Choose any 2 for just $5.99 each. Now get 50% off any Domino's pizza when you order online. 50% off sausage pizzas, specialty pizzas, even barbecue banana pepper pizzas. If you're into that, this week only get 50% off the menu price of 34 million pizza combinations at Domino's.com.
You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Get an oil change, tire rotation, and courtesy check for only $24.99. Now at Midas.
You can never have too much of a good thing. The unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks lunch at Olive Garden, just $6.95. Fresh, crisp salad made when you order it. 4 soups made fresh daily. Baked breadsticks right out of the oven, just $6.95.
Welcome back to the Batter's Box. 3-1 after 1. Let's take a moment to get to know our contestants. We'll start with David. David says you're from Chicago, and you were actually at the Kerry Wood game.
I was there. I was out in the right field bleachers. A couple high school buddies.
Wait a minute. That was a school day. A couple high school buddies. So what does that mean?
Oh, we ditched class to go.
Ditched class to go.
Got the parents' approval.
Well, I'm glad you didn't ditch anything to get to our game show today. We appreciate that. Let's get on with the game. Bases are empty. What do you want to do in this inning?
Let's start off with a single.
Start with a single, get somebody on base. Sounds like a good idea. Let's see what David's question is. Who is the Cubs' winningest foreign-born pitcher? Larry Cochran, Ryan Dempster, Fergie Jenkins, or Carlos Zambrano?
C. Fergie Jenkins.
C. Fergie Jenkins is correct. And so you have a runner aboard to start the second inning. Monty, you're also from Chicago. Greg Maddux, your favorite player. What's your favorite game that you've been to as a Cubs fan?
The 2003 National League Division Series.
Oh.
Cubs versus Braves. The first game at Wrigley where Mark Pryor was up against Greg Maddux, and any Cub fan knows it's always terrific to sit in the bleachers, but that night was especially electric.
All right, Monty, 3-1 lead. What do you want to do to start the inning?
Doubles seem to be working so far. I'll keep it going.
Keep it going. He's trying for another double. Here's Monty's question. Second inning. Which of these current Cubs was a 38th round draft pick? Tony Campana, Steve Clevenger, Casey Coleman, or Randy Wells? 38th round draft pick.
Wow, tough question. I'm going to have to guess here, but something in the back of my mind is telling me A, Tony Campana.
It was Randy Wells, who of course was a catcher early on in his career. All right, back to David. You have a man on base, and what do you want to do?
I'm going to go double.
Looking for a double. A double would put runners at second and third. Which player did the Cubs receive from the White Sox for John Garland? Scott Air, or also known as Stevie Iyer, depending on how you want to answer that. Tom Gordon, Bob Howery, or Matt Karchner?
D, Matt Karchner.
Matt Karchner, final answer?
Absolutely.
Matt Karchner is correct. Runners at second and third now for you. We go back to Monty with the bases empty, but a 3-1 lead in the game. What do you like?
I'm going to stick with double.
Sticking with a double. All right, here's another two-bag question for you. Who was the first Cubs player born in the 1980s to make his major league debut? Sergio Mitre, Mark Pryor, Todd Wellemeyer, or Carlos Zambrano?
Wow, so someone born in 1980.
First Cubs player born in the 80s.
Would now be 32. D, Carlos Zambrano.
Lots of thinking about that one, and it paid off because it is Big Z. Carlos Zambrano was the answer. D was correct. So another runner at board. You have a man at second. We go back to David, who has men at second and third, and he's knocking on the door, scoring some runs here. What do you like?
Let's go with a double.
Looking for a double. That would drive in two and tie up the game. Which of these teams never defeated the Cubs in a World Series? Athletics, Indians, Red Sox, or Tigers? Never defeated the Cubs in a World Series. You still have your pinch hitter if you want. You're going with the Indians?
Yeah.
And that is correct. You've just tied up the game with a 2-run double. All of a sudden, it's 3-3 in the second inning. We go back over to Monty. Monty, here's what you have. Man at second base right now. Third swing in the inning. What are you thinking about?
I'm going to go with a triple.
Triple. Okay, off the path here. I thought you were going to say another double. He's going for the three-bagger. Which Cubs player is one of only 4 National Leaguers to ever hit 20 doubles, triples, and homers in a season? Vic Sire, Ryne Sandberg, Wildfire Schulte, or Heine Zimmerman? That's not easy. Maybe your pinch hitter knows.
Okay, let's call him up.
Oh, you're going to go for the pinch hitter. All right, he's going to call in the helper, going to your pinch hitter. Who did you bring along?
It's a friend of a friend, Bill.
Okay, so you're going with Bill. Let's find out what Bill has to say about this. Go ahead and ask him the question.
Bill, which Cubs player is one of only 4 National Leaguers to ever hit 20 doubles, triples, and homers in a season? A, Vic Sire, B, Ryne Sandberg, C, Wildfire Schulte, or D, Heine Zimmerman?
Well, first of all, I think we got to get rid of Sandberg because I don't think he ever had 20 triples in a season.
That's what I thought as well. I do know Sire and Schulte hit a lot of triples.
Well, there's your coin flip.
Yeah.
So did he help you out or not?
I think it is between Sire and Schulte, and Schulte was a slightly more high-profile player, and for that reason alone, I'm going to go with C, Wildfire Schulte.
You are correct. 1911, Wildfire Schulte, and so that is a big one. Now 4 runs for you, 3 for David. We go back to David, your final swing now of the second inning. What do you like?
Double.
A double. All right, your question for the double is, David, what is the Cubs' Double-A affiliate right now? Daytona Cubs, Iowa Cubs, Peoria Chiefs, or Tennessee Smokies? Double-A farm system team.
D, Tennessee Smokies.
Tennessee Smokies is correct, and you've tied up the game with a double. That scores a run. It's 4-4, but Monty has his final question of the inning and a man over at third base. Monty?
I'm going to go with a single.
Just a single, score the run, try and take the lead again. All right, Monty's single. This should be easy for you. What number did Sammy Sosa wear? 20, 21, 25, or 32? Like you're trying to think of him running with the flag in the outfield, blowing kisses to the fans and his mother.
Wow, it's either 21 or 32.
If you get this one wrong, you're never going to live it down.
I got to go with D, 32.
D32 is incorrect. Slammin' Sammy wore number 21, and that leaves a man at third base, and it leaves this game tied after 2 innings. Pressure got to you that time. Viewers at home, try your luck at our Midas Trivia Question of the Week. You can go to csnchicago.com and click on the Batter's Box logo to submit your answer. The third inning with the game tied coming up next.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Get an oil change, tire rotation, and courtesy check for only $24.99. Now at Midas.
Every Domino's sandwich is made fresh with only our best ingredients.
They're not simply toasted. They're baked all the way through our pizza oven.
This isn't just an oven, it's our secret ingredient.
This is a 300,000 BTU flavor fusing monster.
I think he's gone a little crazy with that oven.
The oven's special, but it's not as amazing as our Philly cheesesteak or chicken mango habanero sandwiches.
It makes my mouth water right now, actually.
Order any of our oven-baked sandwiches or medium 2-topping pizzas. Choose any 2 for just $5.99 each.
Ready to go to work?
I can feel you in my bones. I feel you in my heart. I know it in my soul. You've loved me from the start. You've made me who I am and all I'll ever be.
Every mom needs a little helper. That's why I got a Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
During the August sales event, get 0.9% APR financing for 36 months on select 2012 models.
Call Luna now. Flooring product costs are 70% off.
Luna! You're hired. Hey, can you do 70% off the noise?
773-202 Luna.
I look good, I look good, I look exactly the way you wish you could. I look good, I look good, come on. Right, come on. I look good, right.
What's that green stuff?
It's yummy avocado. A superfood.
Superfood? Would it give me laser vision?
Will it give me super strength? Will I be able to fly?
Oh, I want to fly.
I do too. Listen! It's super good and it's super mine.
Super possessive.
Super uncalled for.
Super stingy.
Get your own Subway turkey with avocado or add this superfood to any sub. It's avocado season, only at Subway.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field. Good news. We are scheduled to start in just over a half hour. First pitch scheduled for 8 o'clock as the Cubs open up a 4-game weekend set against the first place Cincinnati Reds. Mike Leake for Cincy. Right-hander Chris Volstad still looking for his first win as a Chicago Cub. An 8 o'clock first pitch from Wrigley Field. We'll have it all for you right here on Comcast Sportsnet. In the meantime, enjoy another edition of the Batter's Box. We'll see you in a half hour.
And welcome back to the Batter's Box, our third inning, sponsored by AT&T. Whoever wins this game moves on to the second round. Let's jump right into the final inning. It is tied 4-4. David, what do you want to do to start off your third inning?
Let's go single.
All right, chip away. Just get somebody on base. I like that. With which team did Sammy Sosa finish his major league career? Was it the Angels, Cubs, Orioles, or Rangers?
C, Orioles.
C is incorrect. He actually finished his career with the Rangers. You jumped at that one quickly, and you might want that one back. All right, Monty, your choice. What do you want to do?
I'll go with a single.
A single. Try an easy question. Same philosophy. Get somebody on base that might score a run. Which Cubs player was the first National Leaguer to win back-to-back MVPs? Ernie Banks, Gabby Hartnett, Ryne Sandberg, or Billy Williams?
Well, I know for certain Ernie Banks won back-to-back MVPs, so that would eliminate Sandberg and Williams. Hartnett did win an MVP, but I think he only won one. So I'm going to go with A, Ernie Banks.
You really think these out, and it's paid off for you. Ernie Banks is correct, so you put a man at first base. We go back to David, his second swing in the final inning. What do you want to do?
I'm going to go double.
Nobody on base. He's going to try for a double, put him in scoring position right out of the gate here. Who was the Cubs' opening day third baseman the year Aramis Ramirez was acquired in a midseason trade? Was it Shane Andrews over there, Mark Bellhorn, Bill Miller, or Chris Steins?
All right, he was acquired in 2003.
Opening day.
I'm going to use my pinch hitter for this one.
All right, bringing in some help. Somebody from the dugout, a little help. Who did you bring along with you?
Cousin Mike.
Go ahead and ask Mike the question.
Hey, Mike, who was the Cubs' opening day third baseman the year Aramis Ramirez was acquired in a midseason trade? Was it A, Shane Andrews, B, Mark Bellhorn, C, Bill Miller, or D, Chris Steins?
Think here, 2003.
Yeah.
I'm thinking either Bellhorn or Bill Miller.
I was thinking the same thing.
Let's just go with Mark Bellhorn. Let's get a guy on base.
All right, I'm gonna go with Cousin Mike. Let's go B, Mark Bellhorn.
Cousin Mike comes through with a correct answer. That is true. It is Mark Bellhorn who started the season at third base. So that puts a man at second base and in scoring position. We go back to Monty, who has somebody over at first. Your second question. What do you want to do?
I'm going to go with a single.
Going to go with a single, just get a couple guys on base. Monty's single question is, who was the manager of the 1969 Cubs? Leo DeRocher, Herman Franks, Bob Kennedy, or Whitey Lockman?
That is a pretty easy one. It's A, the legendary Leo DeRocher.
It is Leo DeRocher, correct. So you have two aboard now, men at first and second. We go back to David, his third plate appearance in the final inning with a man at second base, and the game tied 4-4 right now. What do you want to do? Pressure's on.
I'm going to do a double.
A double. All right, a double would score a run and give you a lead. What was Ron Santos' career high in home runs? 31 in a season, 33 in a season, 34, or 36?
I'm going to do D, 36.
That is incorrect. The correct answer, B, 33 home runs in a season was the high for Hall of Famer Ron Santo. We go back over to Monty. Runners first and second in a tie game. Your third swing at the plate. What do you want to do?
A double.
Going with a double. All right, a double here would score a run and leave a man at third. In what season did Fergie Jenkins win the Cy Young Award? 1967, 1969, 1970, or 1971?
Well, Fergie is second only to Greg Maddux as my favorite Cubs pitcher of all time, so I know a lot about him. And It was D, 1971.
And you're confident about this?
Certain.
That's correct, because it is 1971. So there's another run on the board. Monty takes a 5-4 lead, and David is down to his final swing. Last inning, 5-4. Tying run at second base. What are you going to do? A double would tie it up.
He's still got one more to go, right?
He still has one more to go. So a double ties it. A home run gives you a little cushion.
I'm going to go home run.
You're swinging for the fences.
I am.
All right.
All or nothing.
All or nothing, David. Here it is for the game. Which Cubs player was card number 1 in the iconic 1952 Topps baseball card set? Was it Frank Baumholtz? Was it Randy Jackson, Eddie Mixis, or Andy Pafko? Which player was card number 1 in the Topps baseball card set in 1952? This is for a 2-run homer and a 6-5 lead, or the game is over.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and go with D, Andy Pafko.
What makes you think Andy Pafko?
He was on the World Series team in 45, so I'm thinking maybe he still was around in 52.
Interesting. Andy Pafko is correct, and that is a huge 2-run home run to take the lead 6-5. So now, Monty, it's up to you. You've got to score a run. You've got men at second and third. What are you going to do? Down a run, last swing at the plate.
I'm going to go with a double.
Going with a double and the win. Could have gone for a single and the tie. He's going for a double and the win. Monty, your question. To win this tournament today, which of these 4 players has the most all-star selections with the Cubs? Phil Cavarretta, Mark Grace, Stan Hack, or Don Kessinger?
It's a pretty difficult question.
Yes, it is. And it should be if it's going to win the game. David's not going to give you any help on this one. Neither can your pinch hitter, already used.
It's between Hack and Cavarretta.
Okay.
I'm going to go with C, Stan Hack.
Stan Hack for the game. And the answer is incorrect. It was Don Kessinger. 6-5. David with a 2-run homer in the final inning. Join us next time for our third White Sox game of the opening round. Thanks for watching the Batter's Box, and don't forget to stay tuned for the Midas post-game press conference. We'll see you next time.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Get an oil change, tire rotation, and courtesy check for only $24.99. Now at Midas.
Maybe just a short run today.
The Odyssey by Homer. Book 1. Tell me, O Muse, famous town of Troy. Book 3. Book 12. Poseidon. Book 17. Book 20. Thunderbolts. Book 24. The end.
All right, what's next?
Chapter 1. Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how long.
AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. Rethink possible.
Every Domino's sandwich is made fresh with only our best ingredients.
They're not simply toasted. They're baked all the way through our pizza ovens. It makes my mouth water right now, actually.
Order any of our oven-baked sandwiches or medium 2-topping pizzas. Choose any 2 for just $5.99 each.
An accident doesn't have to slow you down. With better car replacement, available only with Liberty Mutual Auto Insurance. If your car's totaled, we give you the money for a car 1 model year newer. Visit a local Chicago office for details. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
Watching sports on Xfinity from Comcast is like having a front row seat to the biggest moments. With NFL Red Zone, ESPN Goal Line, and the Watch ESPN app, you're right there for all the action. This is the Xfinity Sports Experience. This is awesome. You won't get all this with satellite or UVerse. Sign up for Xfinity TV and internet, just $79.99 a month for 6 months with the sports entertainment package included for 3 months. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Chicago, we are on a mission to find the most knowledgeable sports fans in the Windy City. I'm Luke Stuckmeyer.
And I'm Susanna Collins. Think you know everything about your favorite team? We'll see about that.
3 questions. The first one's worth $10. Get it right, and the cash is yours.
Keep the $10 or move on to the next question for 20 more.
Answer those 2 correctly, and you can keep $30 or risk it all for a Benjamin.
Get all 3 right, and that's $130.
But get any question wrong, and we're taking the money back.
No gas money. But don't worry, there are plenty of other chances to win some cash, but you'll have to earn it.
This is Gas Money, presented by Honda. Hello and welcome to Gas Money presented by Honda. I'm Luke Stuckmeyer. We're in beautiful Wrigleyville taping on a 100-degree day in Chicago, so I've brought some Benjamins to give away. Okay, we are inside Casey Moran's. We're here with Tom from Dubuque. I see you brought your friend Ted with.
Ted's my good luck charm.
All right, do you get Comcast Sportsnet in Iowa?
We sure do. We love it.
All right, here's your question for $10. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
From which team did the Cubs acquire Sammy Sosa?
Be the Chicago White Sox.
I got $10 for you. That was easy, though. That was easy. You didn't even need Ted for that one. You didn't even didn't need your teddy bear. You gonna risk the 10 and go for 20 more?
Heck yeah.
All right, here's your $20 question. You ready? What famous Cubs double play combination was featured in Franklin Adams' poem Baseball's Sad Lexicon?
Takers, Evers, a chance.
You are correct. That's another $20.
I'm surprising you, Chicagoland.
Iowa knows their Cubs baseball. All right, so you got $30.
Okay.
You gonna risk the $30 and go for 100 more, or you're gonna walk right over to the ballpark and keep your 30 for a little money?
I'm in Chicago. Let's risk it.
You're going for
Let's
it.
roll it, yeah.
All right, here's your $100 question. This is gonna be the toughest one. With which team did Billy Williams finish his major league career?
Oh, I'm in trouble. Billy Williams. Do I get a hint? American League, National League?
No hint. This is a $100 question, man. Come on.
The Chicago Cubs.
This is for, you're going the
Chicago Cubs.
For $130.
Yes.
Give me that cash back. Unfortunately, it was the Oakland A's. You're going back to Iowa. But
Heartbroken.
Hey, at least you got your teddy bear.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. I love CSN. Woo!
All right, Luke, I'm hanging out here in front of U.S. Cellular Field down on the south side, and we are looking for some Sox fans who want to win some gas money. Let's see if these people know their Sox trivia. All right, this is Juan. Juan, you look like you're ready to win some gas money.
Oh, definitely. I spent a lot of gas money getting here today, so
Well, yeah, that's
use
the
it.
point. Exactly. Now, where are you from, Juan?
I live in Lake Forest, but I'm originally from the south side, 35th
Okay.
and Archer.
Big Sox fan, then.
Oh, definitely.
How confident do you feel about your Sox trivia?
I'm pretty confident.
All right, it's good. We're starting off on a good note here. First question, here we go. And if you don't get this, then I'm a little embarrassed for you. All right. Who managed the White Sox to a 2005 World Series win?
Ozzie Guillen.
Ozzie Guillen. Let's give the man $10. You can applaud. Absolutely. There you go. Now, do you want to keep that $10 or do you want to go for the 30?
I'll keep going.
You keep going. Living on the edge. Living on the edge, Juan. All right. Who is the White Sox career leader in hits?
Frank Thomas.
That is not correct, Juan. The answer is Luke Appling.
Oh.
So you got to give that back. No gas money for you. Oh, that's a bummer.
Okay, here we go. We're with Rob from Northbrook. Are you ready for your first question for $10?
I am.
Okay, Rob, here you go. Who was the first player to reach 500 home runs in a Cubs uniform?
Ernie Banks.
You're pretty sure about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy one. You get your $10. There you go. I mean, it's better than nothing so
Well,
far.
there you go. It buys me a couple of beers.
Are you going to walk away with the 10?
Keep going.
You're going to keep going. All right, here. He's a risky guy. Here we go. At which neutral park did Carlos Zambrano throw his no-hitter in 2008? This is for $20.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. All right, $20 more.
I was there.
You were at the game?
I was at the game.
Well, you don't get anything for that, though. Here's the deal. So now you've got $30. Do you want to keep the $30 and take it to the ballpark, or do you want to risk it and go for another 100 more?
I'll risk it.
$30 is nothing to you, I could tell. All right, here we go. $100 question. Which pitcher is the Cubs' franchise leader in wins?
Fergie Jenkins.
Fergie Jenkins. Give me the money back. Sorry. Charlie Root is the right answer.
The root of all my problems.
The root of all your problems. You had $30. Now you're going home empty-handed.
That's all right. It was fun.
It was fun. Susanna, what do you have going on out there?
All right, thanks so much, Luke. I am here with Rich, our next contestant. Rich, we want to give some money away. We want to give some gas money away. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
All right. You ready for your $10 question?
I hope so.
All right. Which White Sox great is nicknamed Pudge?
Is that Ordonez? Fisk? Pudge?
Oh, what was your second answer?
Fisk?
Carlton Fisk. No, you know what? I think I didn't hear you right the first time. Carlton Fisk is the correct answer. Hey, look, there's $10 for you. Now you can keep that. You want to keep that? Do you want to?
Let it ride.
Do you want? All right, we're going for it. We're living dangerously here on the South Side. All right. $20 question. This will give you a total of $30. Where did Frank Thomas go to college?
Auburn?
Yes! Woo! Rich! I am blown away by your knowledge.
Yeah, tough life.
$30 for you.
That's 100.
Okay. $30 total. Very generous on gas money, apparently. All right. Now, Rich, you can keep this $30. Get some beers, get some gas, whatever the heck you want to do with it. Or you can go for the $100 question. Then that would give you $130 total.
All right, we got to go for it.
Going for it. Oh, my gosh. All right. I'm sweating a little. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no kidding. I just hit 100 in my hand.
Shh. Don't tell our sponsors that. All right. The $100 question. Here we go. Who is the last White Sox player to win Rookie of the Year? Might be a former manager.
Ozzie Guillen?
Ozzie Guillen is the correct answer. You have just won $130. $130 from my man Rich here. Oh my gosh, we got a winner. Luke, who you got for me?
All right, we're here with Joe. Joe, you ready?
I am set.
We're playing pedal to the metal.
Okay.
You got 30 seconds to give me as many answers as you can.
30 seconds. I'm ready.
$10 for every answer.
All right.
Cubs All-Stars since 2000. Name them. On your marks, get set, go, Joe.
Castro, LaHare.
That's 2.
Soriano.
3. There's been more.
Zambrano.
Okay, 4.
Kerry Wood. All right, maybe it wasn't
no Kerry Wood on there, but all right. Yeah, you got 4.
Wood.
You're running out of time.
No.
You got 4.
Oh no. Oh boo.
Oh boo! I was about to boo you myself.
Oh no.
And time. That's all right. Hey.
Hey.
Look at this.
Hey, thank you very much.
40 bones.
I appreciate that. So who'd all I miss?
Joe Girardi.
Only 1 or 2.
How did you miss Sammy Sosa?
Oh, geez.
I don't want to read the list. It's embarrassing. Joe, it's embarrassing, Joe. We're going to go back to Susanna.
It is. Have a good night.
All right, thanks, Luke. Well, I am here with Kristen at U.S. Cellular. We're doing a little tailgating.
Yes, we are.
You got a nice setup here. I think I might stick around after we're done here.
By all means.
Have a hot dog or something. All right, Kristen, you ready to play Pedal to the Metal? All right, so this is how it's going to work. I'm going to ask you a question. There's multiple answers to this.
Okay.
So you have 30 seconds.
Okay.
Give me as many correct answers as you can. You get $10 for each correct answer.
Okay.
No penalty for a wrong answer. You ready?
Okay, I think so.
Feeling confident?
Yes.
Do you guys feel confident? They're excited. The whole fam's excited. I want you to tell me White Sox players who have had 30 home run seasons. Go.
Ooh. Paul Konerko, Frank Thomas, Carlton Fisk, Ron Kittle, Jim Thome,
Dan Pasquale.
Danny Pasqua, Ron Kittle. Can we say that? Ron Kittle. Not AJ. I don't think AJ's done it. Frank Thomas. Who else, guys? Help me. Albert Bell.
Ivan Calderon.
Ozzie Guillen.
Time's up, but you have 8.
Oh, wow.
Wait, is that 8? Yes, you have 8.
Yay.
You won $80.
Woohoo. Thank you.
What are you going to do with that $80? Buy some gas money?
No.
Some on gas?
Souvenirs.
A little on gas. Honda would like you to spend a little on gas, our darling sponsor. But that's $80 for you and your awesome family.
Thank you.
Well done.
Gas Money's coming right back, but first log on to CSNChicago.com. and answer this trivia question to be eligible to win a CSN prize pack. In what year did Wrigley Field add lights? See csnchicago.com for official rules. More gas money after a quick timeout.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Get an oil change, tire rotation, and courtesy check for only $24.99. Now at Midas. Welcome back to Gas Money, presented by Honda.
I'm here with Patty and Jay, and Patty wins the award for most stylish Sox fan. Check this out. This ensemble is pretty fantastic.
Thank you.
Where can I get me some red boots and that T-shirt?
Okay, well, the red boots came from Montana.
Okay.
And the shirt came from
Fox Valley Mall.
In Aurora, just down the road in Aurora. Well, I mean, listen, you guys, you keep your eye on this one. All right, so you guys ready to win some money?
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna play Clues to Cruise, and this is how it works. I have a player in mind. I'm gonna give you guys 5 clues. If you can answer who the player is, and on the first clue, you get $100. But for each clue I give you, you're gonna lose $20.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of narrow it down. But if you can get it on that first clue, that's $100 for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
gas
Okay,
money,
all right.
good gas money. All right, Patty and Jay. Clues to Cruise, here we go. I have a player in mind. Here's the first clue. His father was a quarterback for the University of South Carolina. Any guesses? This is a current player. We can go on to the next clue.
I'll say Paul Konerko.
Not Paulie. Next clue?
I don't know.
All right, next clue. His given first name is James. Not what he goes by, but that's his given first name.
Who's the catcher?
Who's the catcher?
Sox catcher.
Who's the Sox catcher? Sox catcher.
Is it AJ?
Yeah, not AJ. We're gonna go on to the next clue. He played third base his rookie season.
Third base. Base is rookie season. Bill Melton, I don't know.
Current player.
Current player.
Don't worry about it. All right. Next clue. Selected in the first round, 8th overall in the 2008 draft.
Why do you keep pointing to me?
Because you're the only one that I'll see.
She's looking at you. We're both like, Jay?
I'll say Beckham. Gordon Beckham.
Yes, we got Gordon Beckham. That is correct. So you win, okay, 20, 40, 60. You win $40.
All right.
$40 for Jay and Patty.
It's a beer. It's one beer.
Way to go, guys. See, that was fun.
It was fun.
And you look fabulous.
Thank you.
Jay and Patty getting it done at the cell.
Susanna, I'm trying to give money away. We're here with Anthony from Chicago. You've got a theory about winning the World Series.
My name is also Tony.
Yeah?
And it's also, what does Tony spelled backwards say? Why not?
Here's your question for $10, all right?
Okay.
Whose number 10 is retired by the Cubs?
I answered that. Ron Santo.
Ron Santo.
Right.
You want to risk, you're right, you want to risk that $10 and try and win 20 more, or you want to take your 10 and walk away?
Okay, we'll go double. We're going. We're going.
You're going for it. All right, your $20 question. Which Cub set a major league record with 191 RBI?
Oh, that's the Hall of Famer. Was it Wagner? Hornus Wagner?
No. Which former Cub 191 RBI in a season?
Oh, yeah, I know.
It feels like the sun's getting to you, maybe.
I know.
We're going to be on our second pack by the time you finish this. 5, 4, 3, your $10 is slipping away.
Go on.
And there it goes. Hack Wilson was the name you were looking for.
Yeah.
Gas Money, presented by Honda. We'll be right back.
Must be nice, cheering on Team USA from the shallow end. Back in 08, we didn't have these U-verse wireless receivers that let you move the TV around wherever. No siree, Bob.
Who's Bob?
And if you didn't have a TV outlet, well, then you couldn't watch Diddley squat.
You talk a lot.
You have no idea how good you have it.
It's not working.
The wireless receiver, only from AT&T. Get a free wireless receiver with a qualifying U-verse plan. Rethink possible.
Here with my girl, Lynette. Lynette, you're a Jake Peavy fan.
Yes, I am.
You're wearing his shirt.
Yes.
Wearing it well.
Right.
Looking good.
Thank you.
You ready to play Gas Money?
Sure, why not?
All right. This is your $10 question, Lynette. You ready?
Wow, okay.
You look a little nervous.
I am very
Don't
much.
be nervous. This one's easy.
Okay.
What is the name of the previous ballpark in which the White Sox played?
Kaminsky.
Yes, it is, Comiskey. All right. That's $10 for you. Now you can keep it, or you can play on for $20 more.
I think I'm gonna take my gas money.
She's like, 10, I'm good with that. You are good with $10. You know what, lady? I'm with you.
Okay, thank you.
Well, enjoy that $10.
I will.
Thank you, Lynette. We have a winner. All right, Luke, who do you got?
Okay, here we go. Troy and Sean from Chicago tag team event. I got $130 I want to give you. You ready for your first question?
Yep.
Which Cubs pitcher once struck out 20 batters in one game?
Kerry Wood.
Kerry Wood is correct. So you got your $10. You're going to walk away with 10 or you're going to go for 20 more?
Go for 20 more.
20 more. Here's your second question. From which team did the Cubs acquire Ryne Sandberg?
Philadelphia Phillies.
Philadelphia Phillies is right. Now you got $30. You can take that, go home and spend it, or you can risk it all and go for 100 more.
Go for 100 more.
You're going for it. Swinging for the fences. Here you go, your $100 question. Who managed the Cubs to their World Series titles in 1907 and 1908?
It's hanging on my wall. Clear coach. Hack Wilson?
You should have taken a chance on Frank Chance. No cash for you.
Tinker's Chance and Evers.
You took a chance and you were wrong.
All right.
No cash. Nice effort anyways, fellas.
Coming up on the next episode of Gas Money, presented by Honda.
Gross. See, now I got to take this back.
I'm a bad man. Now I'm gonna be on TV.
1977.
Tune in Sunday, August 12th at 7, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
In front of U.S. Cellular.
All right.
It's my birthday. Woo! Get many. Let's start this over.
And you win.
Another day, and everything's the same. Some new scenery would be nice to see. So take me away. It's time for a new thing. Yeah.
Need a little nudge to get started on your next project? How about 5% off everything every day? That's 5% off anything and everything every day when you use your Lowe's consumer credit card. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Well, the plan was to get this thing started right around 8 o'clock, but unfortunately about 15 minutes ago it started to rain again, and just as Chris Volstad had begun to take his warm-up tosses in the Cubs bullpen, they had to put the tarp back on the infield, so it's going to be a bit longer. Now the good news is the infield is ready, so when they do remove the tarp it shouldn't take quite as long. All you got to do is get the pitchers ready, get the starting position players all stretched out again. But we continue during a rain delay. But in the meantime, the on-air premiere of CSNChicago.com's Pat Boyle podcast. Pat will sit down with Bears linebacker Lance Briggs and Bears analyst and '85 Super Bowl champ Tom Thayer. The Pat Boyle podcast presented by Mazda. Coming up next on CSN.
We have more than 3,000 daily flights on Southwest Airlines, and that gives our customers thousands of options to fly. Where they want, when they want. Now is the perfect time to fly to our sunny Florida destinations. Visit Florida from Midway, starting at $129 one way. Book all of our destinations online, only at southwest.com.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Get an oil change, tire rotation, and courtesy check for only $24.99. Now at Midas.
Welcome to the Pat Boyle Podcast presented by Mazda. This is the first time we're on TV, but we've been up and running on CSNChicago.com for a few months now. Our focus is to bring you the best guests from the Chicago sports scene and beyond, getting the stories outside the box score and having some fun along the way as well. This week, we have White Sox skipper Robin Ventura, and we bear down with linebacker Lance Briggs and Tom Thayer. It's the PB Podcast on TV. Here we go.
Pay the man. Pay him, pay him, pay him.
It's about, grinding and staying within the game. And when you play first base in the American League, you should produce.
All right there. Look at that with the corduroy.
We start with seven-time Pro Bowler Lance Briggs, who joins us from Bourbonnais ahead of the first preseason game. Lance, as you enter now your 10th season, I know you haven't played a meaningful game yet, but is this the most talented Bears roster you think you've been a part of thus far?
I think so, at least thus far. We'll see what happens when we start getting tested. Looking out to my left and right, offensively, defensively, we just have a lot of guys, a lot of capable players that can play big in every one of our games.
And as one of the veterans on this team, do you think you or another leader is going to have to, keep the locker room in check? It's great to have all these expectations and have everybody in town talking about the Bears, but yet, guys, you know what? We need to prove it on the field. So let's keep our emotions in check here and settle things on Sunday. Do you think you'll have to have that type of conversation with some of the guys?
I don't think we've ever had a lack of leadership on the Bears since I've been here. And especially now, we have a great set of core leaders, offensively, defensively, and on special teams. And, keeping people in check is not, it's not what's necessary. Guys, this is an accountable team. We're all about accountability and being responsible for what we have to take care of. So everybody knows what's at stake, and everybody knows what we have to do, and we just have to go out and execute.
And one of those leaders besides yourself is Brian Urlacher. And nobody, at least with the Bears, seems too concerned that Urlacher's missed several practices in the first preseason game. Could you see a scenario, Lance, where Brian may not play until the first game of the regular season against Indy?
I don't know. The concern, that a lot of people have is that he's missed practice, that he's not going to be in a preseason game. I haven't heard that he's missed a regular season practice or a regular season game, so it's, going back to last year, I didn't play, I got hurt in the first week of training camp and didn't play in one preseason game, didn't practice until the week of our Atlanta game, and the results of that first game. So, we know what he can do, and the fact that he's not here or practicing right now, it has no bearing on how he's going to play or once the season gets here.
So you think, I mean, obviously you're great friends with him. You know him well. Maybe we're making too much of this, just judging whether or not he's on the field or not. You're convinced that, when the bell is ready to be rung against the Colts, he'll be ready to go?
Exactly. That stuff, that stuff is just drama, and everyone can talk about it, make a story of it. It's fun to talk about, everybody wants to have something to talk about and discuss and dispute. But when it comes to football, he's a football player. He'll be ready.
And, when you look at the contract situation, you've been through it now a couple of times. You got that one-year contract extension in the offseason. I know you were happy about that. Now you're in the fold through 2014. Is it strange at all to realize that your good friend, a centerpiece on this team, that Brian Urlacher doesn't have an extension going into his final year? Is that strange or difficult for you to see as a friend of his?
I mean, you hate to see it, but, he understands just like all the rest of us that there's a business side to all of this. It's a big, big business side, and we all have to go through it. No one's exempt to it, and it's a side that not a lot of us like to see, because it can get nasty. But I believe that things will work out. Brian has meant everything to this organization, and I know that the organization knows that. I know the city knows that, and I know that at some point they'll get it done.
Going up,
hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, when you look at Brian, I mean, if he's healthy right now, is there any doubt in your mind that he already doesn't have an extension in front of him? Do you think right now the business side of this game is saying, look, we need to see if 54 is at his normal Pro Bowl level? If he is, then that's when the offer when that gets extended? Is that the way you see it play out?
I don't know. I don't know what the organization's thinking. I mean, I can make some assumptions. But we can all do that. I would like to think that they're in the process of getting that thing done. He played at a Pro Bowl level last year. He was playing great. We were all playing great. He's going to continue to do it. So for me, I'm looking forward to getting him back and, him leading our defense and helping us make a run for this championship.
Hey, Lance, going up against your offense in camp, can you see a significant difference than, say, the offense you've been facing in practice the last few years? Is it noticeable to you as you're out there?
Yeah. We've always had weapons. We've always had, weapons. We just haven't had as many weapons as we do now. 15 is dangerous at any point in the game. You throw him in with Forte and Devin and Earl and Kellen Davis, and you let Cutler choose his poison, pick his poison, and it's just I think it's an offense that is going to be entertaining this year.
I saw Brian Urlacher just before the start of training camp, and one of the things he said is he loves the way Lovie kind of plays with the media and gives us nothing. And I know some other players like that. From a player's standpoint, what is the best thing about playing for Lovie?
Oh, man. What's not great about playing for Lovie? I guess since I've been here, and I came here in 2003, it's for me is believing in the system, believing in what he's trying to do here. His terms have always been the same, beat Green Bay, win the division, win the Super Bowl. But his philosophies and everything like that, it's a great atmosphere. It's always been a great atmosphere. It's a in-house first. We handle our problems in-house, before we air our problems out. We handle things differently, and everyone takes on, each team takes on kind of the personality of their head coach, and I think me being a part of this organization, I'm proud to take on the personality of Lovie Smith.
I know your ultimate goal is to get another shot at that Lombardi Trophy like you did back in 2006 in Miami. A lot of people talk about Brian Urlacher ending up in Canton, Ohio. Is that a goal of yours? I mean, as these Pro Bowls pile up and your time in the league and the kudos you get, do you ever think about ending up in the Hall of Fame?
I've thought about it once or twice, maybe. I really want to win a Super Bowl. Play this game. We all play this game. We love this game, and we've been here long time playing together, being around Lovey, Bob Babbage, and all our coaches and stuff like that. It's time. I think that we owe ourselves an opportunity to win that ring.
You can follow Lance Briggs on Twitter at 55Burger. That's BERGER. Do you like social media and interacting with fans, or do you have to be a little cautious as an athlete these days?
I'm cautious. I have real strong opinions on certain things and stuff. So
sometimes you gotta step away. You got to step away a little bit.
There are a lot of things. I do. I write a lot of things, and then I erase them, then I write them again, then I erase them, and decide that it's best to just keep my mouth shut.
No, save some of those comments for your TV show, Countdown to Kickoff, which is returning to Comcast Sportsnet this fall. Hey, lastly, you've taken part in the Shoot the Puck competition at the Blackhawks games. Is it like 3 times now? 2, 3 times? How many times have you done that now?
It's about 3 times. I think it's about 3 times now.
And you've scored
about 3 times.
You've scored at least what? Once or twice, right?
Yeah, I've scored plenty of times.
Yes. Okay, we've got video right here of Lance Briggs, number 55, scoring in the Shoot the Puck competition. Is there any truth to the rumor that when you're done playing football and you get that Lombardi trophy, that you are going to lace them up and try to play in the NHL? Is there any truth to that?
No. There's no truth to that. If I were going to pick another sport after football, I wouldn't pick another sport that's just as physical as football.
That's a good point. What sport would it be then? Any of these Olympic sports? No. Volleyball?
Maybe, maybe synchronized swimming.
There you go.
Yeah, synchronized swimming. But see, now I got to find a partner. You know what I mean? That's, as smooth as I am in the pool.
That would be tough to find somebody as smooth as you, Lance Briggs, in the pool. Maybe we could talk Tom Thayer into that, the two of you. He's a big surfer, so he might be up for the synchronized.
I have to see his moves. Well, first I have to see his dance moves. I have to throw on some music and see how he moves first. All right. And then we can move from there.
We look forward to seeing your moves out on the field for another year here with the Bears. Hopefully it's a big year that takes us to the postseason and the eventual Super Bowl. Thanks as always for your time, Lance, and we look forward to seeing you on Countdown to Kickoff this year on Comcast Sportsnet.
All right, I'll see you then, Pat.
Robin Ventura joins us next and tells us who he thinks his best all-around player is, a move that Harold Baines suggested that has paid off big time, and Robin's style compared to Ozzy's. The Pat Boyle Podcast, coming right back.
An accident doesn't have to slow you down. With better car replacement, available only with Liberty Mutual Auto Insurance. If your car's totaled, we give you the money for a car 1 model year newer. Visit a local Chicago office for details. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
How do you make summer feel 90 days longer? Get to the Mazda Summer Drive, because you can save big on a 2012 Mazda 3 with no payments for 90 days and 0% APR for 60 months. So get our hottest deal of the summer on the 40 MPG Highway Mazda 3 with SkyActiv technology. 0% APR for 60 months, no payments for 90 days. Only at the Mazda Summer Drive, and only for a limited time.
Get big savings at Menards.
With an 11% rebate on everything in the store.
You can't afford to miss this sale.
Save 11% on lumber.
Save 11% on plumbing.
Save 11% on electrical.
Get an 11% rebate on doors.
And so much more.
The more you buy,
the more you save.
All-purpose poly seam seal caulk works for both interior and exterior projects. It's available in 3 colors, 11% off. Plus, get an additional 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Now get 50% off any Domino's pizza when you order online. 50% off sausage pizzas, specialty pizzas, even barbecue banana pepper pizzas. If you're into that, this week only get 50% off the menu price of 34 million pizza combinations at Domino's.com.
You
can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah.
Joining us now, the skipper of the Chicago White Sox, Robin Ventura. And Robin, a year ago, you were special advisor to Buddy Bell, who's director of player development. In that role, did you come across any of the current players or those that have gone already this season that you've actually managed this year?
Oh, yeah. Diaza was down there, Viciedo, Escobar when he was here. It was just one of those that you go through and, coach and run into these guys. I wasn't necessarily expecting that I was going to be here, but it was one of those that with the job, you run into all these guys that were in the minor leagues.
You know, when Kenny first talked to you and you began discussing the prospects of becoming the manager with your wife, Stephanie, what was your biggest concern then, and has it turned out to be an issue for you like you may have thought when you originally thought about coming and being the skipper?
Well, there was a lot of different things that were discussed, ideas. If I'm going to do this, it's basically what I would like to see throughout our organization and the coaches that we have. And, nothing's really been an issue. I think once we decided we were going to do it, it was, everything was going forward from there. So, this year, none of that stuff. I think personally, it was probably more of just family stuff of where I was with the kids and my wife, and that's turned out to be great.
And how have the kids adjusted? I mean, I'm sure that was the biggest. That was the biggest.
They like it. They seem to enjoy being here. I think it's one of those that they were gone at a very young age from being in Chicago. So it was. It's been exciting for them to be back here for the summer, and actually getting to see it as more of an adult really than as a kid. So it's been fun for them.
Has there been any time this season, to take away the wins and losses, where you thought, you know what? I don't know if this is the right job. Was there at any point early on in the season where you thought, I don't know if I made the right choice?
No, I didn't. I don't have that. I think there's times when you're doing the job and you don't allow yourself to go there just because the season's so long. I think anybody who even goes there and says that, you shouldn't be doing it. So once I decided to do it, I've been through seasons before and long seasons. I haven't done this job, but having been in baseball for a long time, that this is just how it goes. It's a long, drawn-out season, and it can get tough, but it hasn't gotten to that point yet.
How much did the addition of Kevin Youkilis mean to you and to this club?
Well, I mean, it's been big for us. I mean, it's more of the intensity he brings. He's solidified a spot on the field and in the batting order that's been missing for us for most of the year until he got here. So it's been a big shot in the arm for us. Did you talk with Kenny a lot about maybe even that move or other moves that he's made thus far? Do you talk to him much about personnel decisions? Yeah, we're talking all the time. Anything that comes up that we feel can improve our team, we're talking about. And Rick Hahn's in that discussion, and a lot of the coaches. We sit in there, and that stuff's in this position that's the stuff that comes up. We all know how important Dunn, Rios, and Peavy's bounce back years have been. Is there an under the radar contribution that doesn't get talked about as much that you feel has played a huge role in the success of this team? Well, I mean, for me, just what Alex has done, he's really solidified a lot of things for us, defensively and all around. He's probably the best player that we have. He has the most tools as far as, defense. He can steal bases, average, hit for power. I'm proud of him of just the way he plays and his attitude of showing up every day. Ultimate team guy of coming in here.
So if you had to pick one comeback player of the year on your team, I guess would it be Alex then? Is that what you're saying?
We've got 3. Well, I don't have to view him as comeback players.
Sure, that's true.
This is my first year. This is my first year. So this is my first time watching him. This is what I expect out of him. So I'm not going to pick a comeback player, but I'm just glad they're on our team.
You talked about Manto's role with Alex Rios and the adjustment they made back in Glendale. Is there another example where a member of your coaching staff suggested something, maybe you weren't totally on board with it, but it turned out to be, the right decision for that player and for ultimately the team?
Well, I think the big one, you go back and talking with Harold of being able to have Viciedo play left field to get Alex into right. He was confident that could happen. They've worked a lot with that just to make sure that we're going to be as good as we can defensively, and that was one of them. But there's so many little things that go on coaches-wise with Mark Parent and Mark Salas that handle the catching, kind of the pickoffs and holding guys on. I mean, everybody's doing their job, and that's the fun part of coming here every day.
I know you and Ozzie are friends. Are you of the belief that you guys are such opposite personalities that this team ultimately, maybe needed a new voice or a different approach that was different from Ozzie's?
Well, I mean, it's a different personality. I think we have a lot of the same ideas of what we expect and how we go about it on the baseball field, like what we see. But personality-wise, that's obvious to people. It's just different. But it's just one of those that he was going to go to Miami, and I'm here now, and we just you go from there. I don't. They did a great job here. I don't like, when guys get asked about the differences between last year and this year. It's a real unfair question to ask them or, to paint Ozzie in a corner. He did a lot of great things here.
And Robin, as we let you go here, what's the difference, if there is any, walking around town as manager of the White Sox than when you were a player for the team?
Seems like everybody knows me now. I think you're just. I think having to do post-game interviews, you're people are on TV more. I think as a manager, you're always on after the game. There wasn't as much TV coverage and just media coverage in general as there is now. So it's. I'm glad we're winning because you get noticed a little more.
Robin, we thank you for joining us and continued success the rest of the way.
All right, thanks.
Up next, former Bear Tom Thayer on Brian Urlacher's absence. Is it for personal reasons or injury related? PB Podcast coming right back.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Get an oil change, tire rotation, and courtesy check for only $24.99. Now at Midas.
You can never have too much of a good thing. The unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks lunch at Olive Garden, just $6.95. Fresh, crisp salad made when you order it. 4 soups made fresh daily. Baked breadsticks right out of the oven, just $6.95.
Ready to go to work?
I can feel you in my bones. I feel you in my heart. I know it in my soul. You've loved me from the start. You've made me who I am and all I'll ever be.
Every mom needs a little helper. That's why I got a Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
During the August sales event, get 0.9% APR financing for 36 months on select 2012 models.
We are back here at Wrigley Field, and we are ready for Cubs baseball. May not have seen the last of the rain, but hopefully we can play through it as the Cubs take the field behind big right-hander Chris Volstad, looking for his first win as a Chicago Cub. 21 consecutive winless starts, but his best outing as a Cub 5 days ago in Los Angeles. 7 innings, 2 runs in LA. Let's take a look at the Cincinnati Reds Southwest starting lineup. Volstad will face Cozart, Stubbs, Phillips at the top, Ludwig, Bruce, Frazier in the middle, Cairo Mesoraco just off the 7-day DL, and Mike Leake, who does a nice job with the bat.
Cubs defensively here tonight. Soriano in left, Jackson in center, DeJesus over in right field. It'll be Balbuena, Castro, Barney, and Rizzo third to first across the infield. Steve Clevenger doing the catching tonight for right-hander Chris Volstad. Glenn mentioned 7 strong innings against the Dodgers last time out. That was a 3-1 Cubs loss. He gave up only 6 base hits, walked 1 batter in that game, and was able to avoid the dreaded big inning, which has been his downfall this season.
Once we get started, the game is in the hands of the crew chief, Jeff Nelson, in terms of if it starts raining, whether or not we continue. Porter, Wolf, and Culpa on the bases. It's just one of those nights where the sky has had an interesting look at different points in time. In fact, Bob, about 45 minutes ago, we saw a rainbow.
A little bit of sunshine peeking through the clouds as it was raining here at Wrigley Field, but a lot of dark clouds in the area right now. I'm not a weatherman, but looking at the radar, we should have a window here for a while, but more rain is in store for later this evening.
Reds with a couple of Rookie of the Year candidates. Zach Cozart, one of those guys. Todd Frazier, the other. Reds without Joey Votto, who's on the disabled list after knee surgery, and Scott Rowland dealing with some soreness as well. But the Reds have done it this year based on their pitching staff. Tap toward third. It's foul.
Yeah, their offense comes sputtering on this road trip, batting only 186 as a team, including 1 for 14 with runners in scoring position, and have stranded 20 base runners.
That's outside on a breaking ball, and it's 2-2. A 1-hour 20-minute rain delay prior to the first pitch. There's former Cub manager Dusty Baker. Talked about it during our open almost an hour and a half ago. The Reds have lost 4 in a row. That ties a season-long losing streak, but before this current stretch they had rattled off 22 out of 25. And in 19 years as a big league manager, Dusty never had seen one of his teams win that many games in such a short time span. In fact, it's the best 25-game stretch the Reds have had in the modern era. Only the 1890 Reds had a better 25-game stretch, or as good. They won 22. And a full count now on Cozart. And starting with this game tonight, the Cubs next 11 games, 8 of them against the Reds. The other 3 will be versus the Houston Astros. That ball's crushed out into deep left for a lead-off homer for Zach Cozart. That's his 13th of the season, as the Reds jump out on top.
An elevated fastball at 92, belt high, right down the middle of the plate. You mentioned Cozart, a Rookie of the Year candidate. Keep hitting leadoff home runs, you'll get more votes.
Not the way Chris Volstad wanted to start. 3-2 pitch that was up. Here's Drew Stubbs, the center fielder. So with that home run, the top 6 guys in tonight's Reds lineup all have at least 13 homers on the season. So even though they're without Joey Votto, who has 14. And Scott Rowland has always been a clutch hitter. Reds still have a lot of offensive punch.
It's a 4th leadoff home run for Zach Cozart this season.
By the way, 66 degrees and a northeast wind, just 5 miles an hour. It's the first time I've had to bring the jacket up to the booth in about 2.5, 3 months. Ball 4. We have had a very hot summer, as you know, here in Chicago, but pretty cool here today. So a homer and a walk to start it. Now it's Brandon Phillips.
Second baseman number 4.
You have to keep an eye on Drew Stubbs over there at first base. 26 steals this season in 32 attempts. Far and away their best stolen base threat in this Reds lineup.
Phillips last week missed 5 games with a strained left calf. He's taken over that 3rd spot with Votto on the DL. Joey Votto may not be out much longer. Do not expect to see him in this series. We might next week.
Don't want to upset team chemistry by bringing him back, huh?
They're 16-7 without their best player.
How about that? Miguel Cairo and Todd Frazier doing most of the filling in over there at first base.
I'm sure Dusty would tell you, when you get the consistent pitching the Reds have, they've only used 5 starting pitchers all year. Their bullpen has been lights out. You can sustain the loss of a position player or 2 at times.
Hey, you mentioned that Reds bullpen, Len. It's amazing to look at Aroldis Chapman's numbers. He's got as many strikeouts as 3 of the starting pitchers in the Reds rotation in only 53 innings of work.
He's the closer. He pitches 1 inning per appearance. Stubbs takes off and Phillips fouls back. He got a pretty good jump over there. He may not have the starting speed of a Tony Campana, but when he gets those long legs moving, he might be the fastest guy in the league.
First base to second base. He'll probably win that race.
Slider misses low. Big lead by Stubbs, and Volstad checks on him.
And just to finish that thought about the speed of Drew Stubbs as compared to somebody like Tony Campana or D. Gordon, one of the real burners in the league. I think in a 90-foot race, the little guys would win, but if you race from foul pole to foul pole, I think Drew Stubbs would blow them away.
Yeah, you're right.
And you really notice it when Stubbs is playing defensively out in center field. He covers a tremendous amount of ground.
Volstad grinding here. This will be his 18th pitch of the inning, just the 3rd batter he's faced. Stubbs not running. That's bounced to 3rd. It's a foul ball.
Right, Chris Volstad's defense. This is one of the toughest situations for any starting pitcher. You go down to begin your warm-ups in the bullpen, and the rain starts, so they cover the mounds again. You have to sit and wait and wait and wait. You're never sure exactly what the start time for the ball game is going to be. So understandable that he's a little shaky here in the first inning, but he needs to settle in quickly because this Reds offense is not going to wait on him.
Yeah, it looked like he threw a couple of warm-up tosses before they put the tarp back on the field. I don't believe Mike Leake ever did throw a pitch before that second delay.
That's a luxury you have as a visiting team under these circumstances, because obviously Mike Leake won't pitch until the bottom of the first inning. He takes his cue from the home pitcher. So Mike Leake was going to wait until Chris Volstad began his warm-up tosses and probably got about 5 minutes into that process before he decided to start.
Stubbs runs on the 2-2, and that one floated out into right, sending Stubbs to third.
I don't think that's really a hit and run. That's just Brandon Phillips knowing that Drew Stubbs was going to be on the move, trying to shoot that ball through the right side of the infield. That time it was a soft liner into right, putting Reds on the corners.
For veteran left fielder Ryan Ludwig. The Pirates lost earlier today, so the Reds lead increased from 2.5 to 3. They have the second best record in the major leagues. It's 66-45. Only the Washington Nationals have a better record at 68-43. Let me give you the updated look at the standings. The Cardinals were a winner today, so they're now within 5.5. We'll have details on those afternoon games as we move along. Swing and a miss, 1-1. See, Ludwig has been pretty hot here lately. He has 74 hits. 40 of those hits have gone for extra bases.
And as you pointed out, Len, there's no question this Reds team so far this year has all been about their pitching. But you look at their offense, they've got 7 players in double digits in home runs already. They don't steal a lot of bases with the exception of Drew Stubbs, but the guys that do run have stolen at a very high percentage. There's enough veteran hitters in the lineup with guys like Ryan Ludwig, Votto when healthy, Scott Rowland, Jay Bruce, guys that know how to move that ball around the field, find the weaknesses in the defense, set up a pitcher.
Ludwig actually could be a comeback player of the year candidate. This could be 2 knocked down by Valbuena. It's only going to be 1. That's the first out. Ludwig will get his 58th RBI. It's the first out of the ball game, and it's 2-0 Cincinnati.
Right fielder number 32, Jay Bruce.
Here comes the right fielder, Jay Bruce. Ludwig, the last couple of years, really scuffling, particularly last year when he split the season between the Padres and the Pirates. But he's back. Bruce, a 2-time All-Star, takes a strike. I think it has anything to do with the ballpark. Ryan Ludwig playing in Petco Park, PNC Park, and now at Great American Ballpark.
Yeah, Great American Ballpark would fit inside either one of those other 2 stadiums. And the lineup around you as well. You know, you get some professional hitters in front and behind a professional hitter like Ryan Ludwig, and his numbers are going to go up just by osmosis. You mentioned Brandon Phillips missed 5 games last week with a strained left calf. I assume that he would be very cautious on the bases, but he's jumping around out there at second base like he wants to steal third.
One, two to Bruce. And the backdoor curveball. Now 2-2. Todd Frazier on deck. He's slugging over 500. Been filling in a lot for Joey Votto, but playing third tonight. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. We're out number 2.
Our Nissan pitch track strikeout number 100 of the season for Jay Bruce. Comes on a fastball up and in. There's not a lot of breaks in this Reds lineup. You mentioned Todd Frazier, another Rookie of the Year candidate. Leads all National League rookies with triples. Second in homers, RBIs, and slugging percentage, as you said, over 500.
Well, for a while, I did think it was a bit unfair. Dusty Baker, everyone said he's not a guy who likes to play rookies. Well, he's got a couple here who've been a big part of their offense.
I don't think that's a determining factor for any manager. You want guys that can play. You don't care if they're 40 or 20. If they can get the job done, you put them in the lineup.
And who wouldn't want Mike Trout? Bryce Harper. There's a 1-2, and Frazier almost offered at it. Another slider outside. Full count, 3-2. Former Cub Miguel Cairo would hit next. He's playing first.
It's hard to tell because Volstad hasn't had great command so far in this first inning of the ball game, but with a base open and the dangerous Todd Frazier at the plate, Cairo in the on deck circle, who's not having a good offensive year, could be a pitch around.
He freezes him on strike 3, a 35 pitch first inning in which the Reds get 2. The Cubs are coming up against righty Mike Leake.
Are we doing okay here?
Absolutely.
And what can I get for you? I'll have one of those.
Smart move to buy during Honda's clearance event.
Thank you. Let's go. Dude, the deal I just got is insane. College paid off. It did. I'm driving a brand new Civic.
I've been feeling real good. Came a long way from misunderstood. Far away from the days where I wouldn't want to go home because I was afraid of the truth. See, I was scared to admit the feeling was in the back of my head.
Find your own great ending at the summer clearance event, now at Honda. Voted most trusted car brand by KBB.com.
Introducing Family Food, an exciting new game at Burger King.
Smoothie.
Frappe.
Sundae. Salad.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Survey says smoothie.
We want a new car.
We want a new car.
It's Family Food, the Family Feud style game where every game piece has a prize. Scratch off the most popular answer for a chance to instantly win prizes like Burger King food, a Ford Explorer, even $100,000. Survey says it's time to play only at Burger King.
Now the Cubs Southwest starting lineup against righty Mike Leake. They were shut out twice in that series in San Diego, but maybe some home cooking will change things. DeJesus, Barney, Rizzo 1 through 3, Soriano, Castro, and Valbuena in the middle. Brett Jackson in his Wrigley Field debut in center. Steve Clevenger, the catcher. Chris Volstad, the pitcher.
Take a look at the Cincinnati defense. Only the Braves have made fewer errors in the National League this year. It'll be Ludwig, Stubbs, and Bruce left to right across the outfield. Frazier, Cozart, Phillips, and Cairo third to first across the infield. Devin Mesoraco doing the catching tonight for diminutive right-hander Mike Leake.
5'11", 180. The old school stirrups working.
Yeah, has a full complement of pitches. He'll sink his fastball, he'll cut his fastball, throws a slider, a curve, a changeup, and maybe even invent some while he's out there on the mound.
The 1-0 pitch to DeJesus is low and away. Leake has struggled lately to a 7.29 ERA over his last 4 starts. Cubs hoping those struggles continue.
Yeah, over the course of those last 4 starts, he's given up a career high 11 hits against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Gave up 2 home runs in that game. That was a career high. Had a good outing against the Houston Astros. Gave up 2 runs in 8 innings of work, and then followed that up with the shortest outing of his career, only an inning and 2/3 against the Padres.
Foul tip to make it 2-2. Mentioned the Reds have used 5 starters. That's it. It's a modern franchise record. We'll see 4 of those 5 in this series. The only one we won't see is Matt Latos. And a base hit into right. Jay Bruce coming over. The slide, a nice play, but DeJesus will have a double.
Days who's starting to square the ball up with regularity once again, like he did through most of the early part of the season. This time a ringing double down into the right field corner. Nice sliding play by Jay Bruce just to hold DeJesus to a double.
And with that, it has started to rain again. You know, I was a few seconds away from saying it's turned into a lovely night, but as you said, got several cells passing through the area. It's high for ball 1. Yeah, this streak of using just 5 starters is going to end pretty soon. That's because of the makeup day-night doubleheader. The Reds will play against the Cubs next weekend in Cincy. Will be on the 18th. Elias reporting the longest the Reds have had. The 1898 staff went 147 games with 5 guys making every start. You remember old Still Bill Hill?
Still Bill, yeah. Bill Withers.
Barney moves that runner to third with 1 out. Number Pink Hawley.
Don't recall.
Ted Breitenstein.
No, keep trying.
Frank Dwyer, Bill Damon.
You had me at Still Bill Hill.
Okay. The thing about that team, they may not have needed a reliever all year. As the Cubs get on the board, Rizzo with a base hit. So he knocks in his 24th run of the year, and it's 2-1.
Just bangs that sinker into the dirt. That's a big break for the Cubs right there. The fact that Leake deflected that ball to the right of Zach Cozart. He tries to make a barehanded play. I don't believe they would have had Rizzo at first. They definitely would not have had David DeJesus at home. And the Cubs are on the board.
Good to see them answer back. And still only one out in the inning. Here's Alfonso Soriano. Just 1 for 13 against Leake.
Mentioned the Reds have 7 players in their offense that have had at least double digits in homers. The Cubs, by comparison, only 3. Starlin Castro with his 11, Brian LaHare with 14, and the man at the plate with 19.
He's been sitting on 19 since July 24th when he connected off the Pirates' James McDonald. Look out, Starlin Castro. How you pull a ball that far. Can you pull a ball behind yourself?
Oh, I've seen it done, yeah. You get fooled by an off-speed pitch that happens to be up and in off the plate, and you end up hooking it right back over your own shoulder. For all the weather we have in the vicinity here tonight, right now wind is really not doing much of anything.
Swing and a miss for out number 2.
Shortstop number 13.
Brings up Starlin Castro. Snapped the 0 for 21 with a base hit in the 6th inning yesterday in San Diego, but just 1 for 22 on the trip. Did walk 3 times. Comes in at 273 on the year. And this will be Drew Stubbs in center to end the inning. The Cubs get 1. And at the end of 1, Reds 2, Cubs 1.
Read it. Tweet it. Be surprised. Be productive. Make a sale. Make some lunch. Make it movie night. Play a game or an old favorite. Do it all more beautifully with the Retina display on iPad.
Watching sports on Xfinity from Comcast is like having a front row seat to the biggest moments. With NFL Red Zone, ESPN Goal Line, and the Watch ESPN app, you're right there for all the action. This is the Xfinity Sports Experience. This is awesome. You won't get all this with satellite or Uverse. Sign up for Xfinity TV and Internet, just $79.99 a month for 6 months with a sports entertainment package included for 3 months. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Party's about to start, the apps are all set. Put some warm beer in the freezer, now you won't forget. You find 2 socks that match, you like some pics. You update your status and oh no, the beer's gonna blow. But you open up your freezer door and you're super stoked. Cause oh yeah, you got ice cold beer and no exploding beer slushes when your friends get here. Hooray, freezer beer rescue, Red Stripe. Hooray beer.
The 10th annual Cubs Wives Food Drive presented by Meijer is coming up this Saturday as the Cubs battle the Reds here at Wrigley. Visit Gate D before the game through the 2nd inning to make a donation and help support the local Work of Lakeview Pantry. A donation of $20 gets you an autographed Cubs player photo and allows the pantry to purchase 200 pounds of food. For more information, call 773-404-CUBS. Yeah, that kind of night. Got to be prepared for the elements. Two-1 Cincinnati as we start the second, and a called strike. Veteran utility man Miguel Cairo. Chris Volstad struggling in that first inning against the Reds in 2 different starts this year. Back on April 20th in a 9-4 loss. He made 41 pitches in the first inning. Tonight had to throw 35. Good slider, 1-2.
Pretty easy to figure Miguel Cairo's batting average right now. He's 16 for 100. Even I can figure that one out.
Yeah, you like him rounded off like that. Problem is he can't go from 100 to 200 at bats in one day. Castro slipped. Dropped it, and that's an error.
He just took his eye off the ball. He slipped after the error.
Also looked, Bob, like his line, like he may have been able to cut that ball off a little sooner and avoid the grass. But is that one of those plays where you know you've got a little extra time with a veteran running, and so maybe you don't play that as aggressively?
Yeah, you lay back and look for the big hop rather than possibly charging and smothering that ball on a short hop. I know it's been a struggle, and it's obvious that Starlin Castro is frustrated, but he's really out of sync with the game here early. That fly ball he hit to center field to end the bottom half of the first inning. He barely made it to first base. Jogged halfway down the line carrying his bat. Got to first base, handed his helmet to Dave McKay, the first base coach, who gave him a little bit of a scolding.
Mesoraco fouls out. Devin Mesoraco was on the concussion DL, just came off tonight and got right into the lineup. And here's Mike Leake. Cubs should know his hitting prowess well. He's at 275 with a couple of home runs. He has 38 hits over the last 3 seasons. That's the most among all pitchers. And in his major league debut against the Cubs, he had 2 hits. That was on April 11th of 2010. Pushes a bunt to Rizzo. He'll fire to second. Out there. Cubs got a break. I think they got a big break as Dusty Baker's going to come out. It looked like Starlin had already jumped off the bag to avoid Cairo, but was given the out call. We'll get another look at it, but Dusty wants an explanation.
Yeah, I saw the same thing you did. The high throw.
Well, he did stay on.
He did stay on it, yeah. With the naked eye, it looked like Castro came off the bag before he caught the throw from Anthony Rizzo, but on the replay, he was able to at least keep part of the shoe on the bag to get the force out at second base.
A long argument. Jim Wolf made the call at second, and he got it right. Cozart led off the game with a home run. Leake now takes over at first. And there's a strike on the outside. While the Cubs have lost 8 in a row, they've been really good here at Wrigley Field, winning 13 of their last 18 at home. Tonight's game starts a 7-game homestand. Backpedaling is Darwin Barney, and this will end the inning. So an error, no runs. We go to the bottom of the second. 2-1 Reds.
We have more than 3,000 daily flights on Southwest Airlines, and that gives our customers thousands of options to fly. Where they want, when they want. Now is the perfect time to fly to our sunny Florida destinations. Visit Florida from Midway, starting at $129 one way. Book all of our destinations online, only at southwest.com.
An accident doesn't have to slow you down. With Better Car Replacement, if your car is totaled, we give you the money for a car 1 model year newer. Liberty Mutual Auto Insurance.
Now get 50% off any Domino's pizza when you order online. 50% off sausage pizzas, specialty pizzas, even barbecue banana pepper pizzas. If you're into that, this week only get 50% off the menu price of 34 million pizza combinations at Domino's.com.
How do you make summer feel 90 days longer? Get to the Mazda Summer Drive, because you can save big on a 2012 Mazda 3 with no payments for 90 days and 0% APR for 60 months. So get our hottest deal of the summer on the 40 MPG Highway Mazda 3 with Skyactiv technology. 0% APR for 60 months, no payments for 90 days. Only at the Mazda Summer Drive, and only for a limited time.
It's a whole new era at Wrigley Field. Be a part of it with Vineline, the official magazine of the Chicago Cubs. Vineline gives you insider access to all your favorite Cubs from the past, present, and future. Subscriptions start at just $29.95. For more info and to order, visit Cubs.com/Vineline. Cubs will bat here in the second, trailing 2-1. One of the big bits of news in the Cubs organization: Jorge Soler, the outfielder, promoted from Rookie League Mesa to Low A Peoria. I don't think he was in the lineup tonight, but jumping a level. So he didn't even go to Boise. He went right from Mesa to Peoria. You get a chance to get that adrenaline going a little bit. The crowds will be a lot bigger in the Midwest League. So we'll keep an eye on Jorge Soler as Luis Valbuena looks at a strike.
And then we've talked about the Red shortstop Zach Cozart, how he's a Rookie of the Year candidate, having himself a real nice first season at the major league level. But you get the feeling he's just keeping that position warm for young Billy Hamilton. Talked about him earlier this season. He's a shortstop in the Reds organization, currently playing in Pensacola AA in the Southern League. He started the year in Bakersfield in A-ball. In 82 games in Bakersfield, he stole 104 bases, was caught 21 times. Got promoted to AA, where he's stolen 27 bases and been caught 6 times in only 27 games. Not sure if Billy Hamilton plays other positions, but it's a nice dilemma to have if you're the Cincinnati Reds. A Rookie of the Year candidate playing short in the big leagues, and a guy that's going to be knocking on the door very shortly.
In on the hands and popped. Foul ground caught by Cairo.
Center fielder number 7, Brett Jackson.
So here's Brett Jackson in his Wrigley debut. Takes a strike. 2 hits and a walk in his debut on Sunday. Scored a run. 4 strikeouts Monday, 3 strikeouts and a walk on Tuesday. Did not play yesterday. And he hooks that one foul through the Reds bullpen.
Yeah, probably a good thing Brett Jackson wasn't in the lineup yesterday. Clayton Richard was really good in that road trip finale in San Diego. He was tough on everybody, especially tough on the lefties.
Hitting 7th tonight, and the main reason Dale wanted to mix up the lefties and righties in his lineup, because when you get to the Reds bullpen, you got a couple of guys named Marshall, you may remember him, and Chapman, who are pretty nasty. Popped up, and it's his shortstop Cozart for out number 2. Brings up the catcher, Steve Clevenger. 58 at bats here at Wrigley Field in his short career, but he's hit .397 in the friendly confines. He got him on a called 3rd strike. That's 2 for Leake. Carries a 2-1 lead into the 3rd.
This is Mission Control. You are go for re-entry. Coors Light Silver Bullet Pine. We are cleared for 16 ounces of refreshment. Resealable cap disengaged. That's one giant pint for mankind. Cross-brewed Coors Light, the summer's most refreshing beer.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Fix it or find a new job.
I got it. I'm sorry.
These people, huh?
You know, I found that anger is the enemy of instruction.
You don't know the egos that I have to deal with.
You're probably right.
Thank you. Whoever you are.
I'm pretty sure that was Phil Jackson. It's quite famous. 1 million championships, triangle offense.
The Audi A8, named best large luxury sedan.
Nice wheels, Zen Master.
Thank you, Todd.
Get complimentary Audi Care maintenance and a possible $3,000 bonus on the lease or purchase of an Audi A8.
Doc? Doc?
Goose!
Our technology builds some of the best tires in the world. Because when it comes to performance, we don't just play around.
Cheater, we said no 360s.
Who's up for some leapfrog?
1, a 2, a 3, let there be.
There was light for a little while, and then it got real dark, and it started to rain, and Wrigley Field turned into the world's largest slip and slide.
It was 24 years ago yesterday, our Xfinity high-speed action. That game was rained out. The following day, 24 years ago tonight, the Cubs did play their first official night game at Wrigley Field, a 6-4 victory over the New York Mets. Drew Stubbs fouls off. 3rd inning, we had a 1-hour 20-minute delay before the first pitch due to rain. Castro gets Stubbs. Here comes Brandon Phillips. R.A. Dickey with his 15th win, and Jose Reyes at his 26-game hitting streak stopped as the Mets ended a 9-game home losing streak. 6-1 win over the Marlins. Dickey is 15-3. He had that rough patch, but has been really good over his last 3. He worked his 4th complete game this season. He ties Jared Weaver for the lead in wins. High fly ball to left, and it's Soriano going back now in a few steps to get Phillips.
Wind has picked up a little bit again, Len, blowing straight in from left field right now. For the first couple innings of this ball game, the flags were hanging straight down all the way around the ballpark, but starting to kick up once again.
Ludwig knocked in a run on a ground out in the first. Cardinals beat the Giants 3-1 for their 7th win in their last 10 games. Adam Wainwright improved to .500 at 10-10. Carlos Beltran with his 27th homer. He leads the league with 80 RBIs. That one ripped into left to keep the inning alive.
A lot of pitches up around the belt from Chris Volstad in this game. Some have been hit extremely hard, some have been popped up, but definitely like to see him get that sinker down there around the knees, get some ground balls, let his defense work behind him on the infield.
Bruce hits a ground ball right to Barney. Lots of time. Inning over. 2-out single, no runs. Middle of the 3rd. Still 2-1 Reds.
Maybe just a short run today.
The Odyssey by Homer. Book 1. Tell me, O Muse, famous town of Troy. Book 3. Book 12. Poseidon. Book 17. Book 20. Thunderbolts. Book 24. The end.
All right, what's next?
Chapter 1. Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how long.
AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. Rethink possible.
Get big savings at Menards.
With an 11% rebate on everything in the store.
You can't afford to miss this sale.
Save 11% on lumber.
Save 11% on hardware.
Save 11% on paint.
Get an 11% rebate on doors.
And so much more.
The more you buy,
the more you save. Update your floors with Mohawk Carpet. Choose from thousands of styles and colors. Right now, all 10% off. Plus, get an additional 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
You can listen to the satellite radio. You can make a hands-free call. You can relax in the comfortable interior. But you can't take the truck out of the GMC. Now get 0% financing and make no payments for 90 days on any 2012 Sierra, or get a total value of $6,500 on this specially equipped Sierra, or qualified buyers trade up to get $8,000.
Tomorrow, the White Sox square off with the hottest team in baseball as they play host to Coco Crisp and the A's on the South Side. Catch White Sox A's tomorrow night at 6:30 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Pledge your allegiance to the Cubs by becoming a member of the Cubs Club, the official fan club of the Chicago Cubs. Members will enjoy exclusive perks, experiences, and merchandise throughout the 2012 Cubs season. It's never been a better time to join, rejoin, or give a fellow Cubs fan the gift of a Cubs Club membership. To join today, visit Cubs.com. Here's his starter, Volstad. His first at bat tonight. Looking for his first hit this season. Six career extra base hits. They've all been doubles. 2 walks, 90 strikeouts. Doesn't strike out here. He will ground out to a Gold Glover, Brandon Phillips.
I was just thinking about that, Len. How do you unseat a Gold Glover like Brandon Phillips, which is what Darwin Barney's trying to do this year? Brandon Phillips has won the National League Gold Glove at second base 3 of the last 4 seasons. He only has 2 errors all year, but exactly the same as Darwin Barney.
It's a difficult thing to do. Once you've established yourself as a Gold Glove player, it is difficult for somebody else to best you because, you know, by and large, compared to offense, the defense, at least to the naked eye, appears to be fairly stable. Once you're in that elite group, you get the benefit of the doubt, even if you have an off year.
And unfortunately, the Gold Glove Award many times is voted to the guy who not only plays good defense, but is having a good offensive year. And Brandon Phillips hitting .290 going into play tonight. He popped some home runs. And a much more vocal presence on the field and in the interview room than Darwin Barney.
The 1-1 to DeJesus catches the outside to make it 1-2. Two homers for Jason Kubel today in the Diamondbacks' 6-3 win at Pittsburgh. So that's a 2-2 split in that 4-game series. Fly ball to deep right. Jay Bruce on the track.
Well, very nearly backfired on the Reds right there. You could clearly see Devin Mesoraco, the Reds catcher, getting up out of his crouch, giving that high target. Leak appeared to hit the target, but David DeJesus gave it a long ride to right field. Readjust your scouting report if a guy gets to that high fastball that you think he's going to swing through.
I was talking with Brett Jackson today and asking him if he grew up a Giants fan or an A's fan. He's from Berkeley, just north of Oakland. He said no, the Giants. Dad was a Giants fan, and Darwin Barney was sitting next to him. I said, you know, I never asked you who you rooted for. He said the Mariners, which makes sense. He's from Oregon. And the Red Sox. Really? Well, the first big league game he ever saw in person was at the Kingdome. The Red Sox and the Mariners. It was A-Rod's rookie year. Lou Piniella would have been the Mariners manager. Darwin would later play for Uncle Lou. Stubbs comes in. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Leake after he gave up 1 in the first. 2-1 Reds.
Don't miss Red Lobster's 4-course seafood feast, just $14.99. Start with soup, salad, and Cheddar Bay biscuits. Then choose one of 7 entrees, plus dessert. 4 courses, $14.99. Offer ends soon. Come into Red Lobster and see food differently.
Helpful steps for parents can help. Take the first step today at BMO Harris Bank.
You want the Camry? Just get it.
I just wish I knew the right time to buy.
Now's the right time during Toyota's nationwide clearance event. It's your chance to get the summer's best deal on Camry.
Lease Camry for $199 a month with $28.99 due at signing. Plus, get $500 bonus cash. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on Camry.
But the great deals won't last long. Hurry in today.
Get started now at buyatoyota.com.
Mom, I hear you're having a tough day, so I brought you a freshly made sandwich.
You made me a sandwich?
No, Duncan did, but I wrote the note.
Any Duncan Bakery sandwich is just $2.99. Grab a turkey cheddar bacon sandwich today. America runs on Duncan.
Saturday, NL Central Division action heats up at their friendly confines as Rizzo and the Cubs square off with Brendan Phillips and the Reds. Don't miss a division rivalry driven by Mazda. Cubs, Reds, Saturday at 2:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. The fourth inning is brought to you by the new Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell.
That's how Bob gets to work usually. Back of the rickshaw. Our Menards Grounds Crew winner, Rebecca Bachman from Chicago. Pretty busy tonight as Todd Frazier cranks one into the basket on the first pitch of the fourth inning, and it's 3-1 Reds. His 14th of the season.
A loopy slider that stayed in the middle of the strike zone for Frazier. He has tremendous plate coverage. Long arms, stands far off the plate, but can reach the outside corner, and that pitch on the outer third ends up in the basket.
Reds with a couple of leadoff homers tonight. Cozart in the first, Frazier in the fourth. Backhanded on the shorthand, short hop rather, and Cairo had problems getting out of the batter's box. Not quite sure what happened. I took my eyes off him, but he was about 10 feet out of the box when Valbuena was throwing over to first.
See if he slipped out of the box or just thought that was going to be a foul ball. I think he just thought it was going to be a foul ball, but Valbuena was able to get in there and smother it in fair territory on the backhand. Plenty of time to toss across for the out.
Strike on Mesoraco. Richard coming off the DL today. The concussion DL. Around the time he got hurt, I think it was the same game actually. Suspended, making contact with an umpire as he grounds out. 3 games for making contact with umpire Chad Fairchild while arguing balls and strikes on behalf of his pitcher on July 30th, but he has appealed, so trying to get maybe a game knocked off before he serves that suspension. One and one on Leake. Steven Strasburg having a great year at the plate. Castro will charge. Stretched by Rizzo, and that's the inning. Frazier leading off the frame with a homer to make it 3-1 for the visitors.
Step into the black, the new darker, bolder spice rum from Captain Morgan.
For some, second best is good enough, but not at Horseshoe Casino. Since day one, we've been Chicagoland's ultimate gambling destination. Now, we've added 700 more penny slot machines. That's 1,500 total pennies and 3,000 slots overall, the most in Chicagoland. We've even added more table games for 117 total. Still number one by far. At Horseshoe, we leave second best to the other guys.
Time now for tonight's AT&T Mobility question. The Reds' all-time hits leader is the all-time hits leader of all time, Pete Rose. Who's second in Reds history?
Good question. Mike Leake?
How about Barry Larkin?
Yeah, Larkin would be a great choice.
We'll find out. Are you going to look it up? Come on, it's the Reds.
I'm looking for something else.
Oh, okay.
I want to see who was third.
Got it.
I'm anticipating tomorrow's question.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Barry Larkin without any other thought. That was the first name that popped in my head. Here's Rizzo. Cubs trailing 3-1. I'm going to look up Pete Rizzo and see how many hits he had with the Reds. 4,256 combined, 3,358 with Cincy, 826 with the Phillies, 72 in one season with the Expos. At least part of a season. One-two to Rizzo. Flared in the left. It'll get down for his second hit of the night. And he's going to try for two. Safe at second. That's a double.
Once again, the Reds trying to go up the ladder. It is elevated at the top of the strike zone, but Rizzo gets to it, got jammed. Little floater out in front of Ryan Ludwig. The spin move and throw to second base not nearly in time. Good hustle by Rizzo out of the box. That's where you get doubles between home and first.
Kick, the pitch to Soriano, in on the hands, and he fights it off foul.
Thinking back to that trivia question, you always go back to the big red machine. Dave Concepcion, another guy that could possibly be up high on that list. Tony Perez, maybe Johnny Bench, but I think you're right on with Barry Larkin.
Because he spent his whole career with the Reds.
Right. And he was a good hitter.
And he was a really good hitter. Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. Hall of Famer. This will be backhanded by Cozart, and Rizzo will take off for third. Throw there, out. So a double play, 6 to 3 to 5.
Good in theory, but not in execution. You can see he backed up almost all the way to second base. Really, the only way that play works, number one, is if you have a first baseman that doesn't throw well. Number two, if you can hold your ground as a runner at second base after your secondary lead, then you have a chance. If you go this far back to the bag at second, it's going to take a bad throw in order for you to be safe at third base.
And Cairo, by the way, I mean, he throws like a guy on the left side of the infield, so that's not a difficult throw for him to make at all. He has played a lot of third in his career. Cozart, and that's it. Just like that, the inning's over after the leadoff double by Rizzo, and it's still 3-1 Reds.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Do you want it? You want it? No? Come and get it.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
I referred 4 of my neighbors to DirecTV, and now I get $40 off my bill every month. But the real reason I did it was that stupid cable van. It seemed like every week there it was, ripping out this, tearing up this. I mean, it was always something. DirecTV is reliable, and you get the best channels.
For every friend you refer to DirecTV, you'll get $10 off your bill every month, and so will they. Refer more friends, save more money. Just give them your account number before they call.
Baseline gets the roll.
Guys live their lives a little different. And we get it. We're Sport Clips, where guys get an awesome MVP haircut experience while watching sports on TV. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy. Visit sportclips.com for the store nearest you and ask for the MVP.
All right, let's answer the interesting AT&T mobility question. Pete Rose, the Reds' all-time hit leader. Who's number 2 on that list? Actually, he's number 2 on a bunch of lists. And it is Barry Larkin. 2,340 hits. And look at that.
Second to Pete Rose in the first 4 categories. Second to Joe Morgan in stolen bases in Reds history.
Underway in the 5th. Top of the order for the Reds. Cozart, one bounce right to Luis Valbuena. What's weird, Bob? I mean, Volstad's getting ground ball outs, but the times he's elevated, he's been hurt.
He just loses any semblance of movement on that sinker. When he gets it up around belt high or a little bit higher than that, it tends to straighten out. Hitters get a real good look at it. When he has that pitch down in the zone, because of his height out there on the mound and the downward plane on that sinker, when he has it down in the zone, it's very tough to make solid contact. End up hitting a lot of easy grounders.
Down the right field line. Long run to Jesus over there and can't get it, and it's just foul. When you get that close to the wall, it's either out of play or fair. It's very tough to actually have it land on the field and be foul. Look how close the line is. Yeah, it hit the pad.
Yeah, it looked like it scraped the pad on the way down. I don't know if we've ever really seen one in that area that hit in that little bit of ground between the foul line and the padded wall.
1-2 pitch, foul tip, strike 3. Volstad has fanned 3. And it's Phillips with 2 outs.
For Stubbs, that strikeout number 104 on the season. A lot of comparisons being drawn, and it's still very early on between Brett Jackson and Drew Stubbs, primarily because they both play the same position and they both have a propensity for the strikeout.
That was a changeup, and it's hammered into the alley. And Phillips has a 2-out double. A hanging change, and Phillips made him pay.
Squared that one up pretty good toward the gap in right center field. We mentioned that strained calf muscle doesn't appear to be bothering Brandon Phillips in the least. He's got around those bases in a hurry.
Ludwig with 2 outs and a runner at second, and ball 1 on a slider. The coach got fired today. Scott Radinsky, the pitching coach of the Cleveland Indians, replaced by Ruben Niebla on an interim basis. He was the Indians AAA pitching coach. A lot of coaches canned over the past couple of weeks around baseball. Only gets away from Clevenger and just now locating it.
Clevenger thought that ball hit him in the chest protector and dropped straight down in front, but when he looked down there, the ball was gone. It trickled over to his left, allowing Phillips to advance on to third base with 2 outs.
A rare trade within the National League Central Division. Tyler Green sent from the Cardinals to the Astros for a player to be named or cash considerations. There's ball 4. We'll see Tyler Green next week when the Astros come in. And nothing on Jay Bruce. You mentioned the little kind of tick he has before he gets ready to hit, which is that back arm straight up when he gets ready to bat. And every time he's hit since, and it's been about 3 years, I notice it. Never noticed it before. Our AT&T UVerse multi-view. Watch that left arm right there.
Yeah, first time I thought he was requesting timeout from the home plate umpire, but then I realized he does it every pitch.
Well, if you missed the last one, he'll do it again.
He'll do it again, yeah. ask him how that got started. Sometimes it's an injury. Maybe he had a swollen left elbow, and before he grabbed a hold of that bat, he wanted to stretch it out one last time. Not really sure why he does it, but we know he does it.
You will never be able to erase it from your mind.
Nope.
Swing and a miss to end the inning. Good heat, 93 from Volstad. Reds strand 2 and lead by 2.
We have more than 3,000 daily flights on Southwest Airlines, and that gives our customers thousands of options to fly. Where they want, when they want. Now is the perfect time to fly to our sunny Florida destinations. Visit Florida from Midway, starting at $129 one way. Book all of our destinations online, only at southwest.com.
Okay, here's the plan.
You have a plan?
First, we're going to check our bags for free, thanks to our Explorer card. Then, the United Club.
My mother was so wrong about you.
Next, we get priority boarding on our flight. I booked with miles.
All because of the card.
And me.
Okay, what's the plan?
Plan? We're on vacation. There is no plan.
Really?
The United Mileage Plus Explorer card. The mileage card with special perks on United. Get it and you're in.
Light Silver Bullet aluminum pipe with 16 ounces and a resealable cap. It's gonna be big, really big. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan here with a Coors Light Cold Blast Sportsnet Central update. The Lakers have reportedly acquired Dwight Howard from the Magic, part of a 4-team deal. At the Olympics, U.S. women's soccer team beat Japan to win the gold medal. And Carl Peterson, the leader after the first round of the PGA Championship at Kiowa. Todd Hollandsworth joins me later on the postgame show. Now back to Len and Bob at the Confines.
Cap, thank you. Mike Leake with a 3-1 lead here into the bottom of the 5th.
If you watch a Reds catcher, Devin Mesoraco, back there behind home plate, it's pretty apparent that they feel like Mike Leake can get a lot of these Cubs hitters out with pitches up above the letters. I mean, he has sat up high on his haunches on as many pitches as he's gotten down low at the bottom of the strike zone.
Action in the Cubs bullpen. That's Alberto Cabrera.
Chris Volstad's spot due up 4th in this inning. Should the Cubs get down there with an opportunity to possibly push across a run, I'm sure we'd see a pinch hitter and Cabrera would take over on the hill.
Asked for time before the 3-2. Leak from San Diego went to Arizona State and was the 8th overall pick in 09. Went right to the big leagues in 2010, and that's over Brandon Phillips.
It's good news for somebody because Qdoba is giving the first 20,000 fans a chance to win free food. The Cubs get a base hit in the 5th inning, which they've already done. Fans with a base hit for Burritos game card win a free entree.
Brett Jackson popped out to the shortstop in the 2nd inning, hitting 7th. As he makes his Wrigley Field debut. Been here just a few times as a fan. First time as a player. Talking with Josh Vitters before the game. He said the only other time he had been here at Wrigley Field is after he signed. Cubs took him in the first round of the draft. He said it seems different this time. It's better because I'm playing. Well, not in the lineup tonight, but we may see him off the bench.
He's ready to hit.
When Leake came up in 2010, made the opening day rotation. He was the first player to go directly to the majors since Xavier Nady did it in 2000. Leake has only made 2 minor league appearances in his career in 1 start. That was last year. That's it. Not even 8 innings of minor league work. Everything else has been in the bigs. Jackson chased a pitch in the dirt for the first out.
Well, that's the thing that really set Mike Leake apart from a lot of other pitchers at his age. That's a pretty crafty move right there to bounce that breaking ball on home plate. He's read the scouting report on Brett Jackson. He knows he's a free swinger. He knows he'll chase pitches out of the zone. So rather than throw the perfect breaking pitch, he's willing to bounce it up there on home plate and count on the hitter being overly aggressive and swinging at that pitch. That's usually something that comes much later in a player's career, that willingness and ability to throw pitches out of the zone to get out.
When you look at this list of guys going directly from the draft to the major leagues, most of those guys are college players. You go back to Dave Winfield, 1973, from the University of Minnesota to the Padres. Bob Horner did it, went from Arizona State to the Braves. Jim Abbott, University of Michigan to the Angels. Clevenger says, no, I've been back there all night, Mr. Nelson. And that wasn't a strike.
Our Liberty Mutual pitch tracks, I think would tend to agree with Steve Clevenger. The tailing action on that fastball took it right off the outside corner.
Well, Steve is out of the game. Clevenger saying to Jeff Nelson, he threw the pitch in the same spot twice. The first one you called a strike, the second one you didn't.
Serenity now. First one we showed you on our Liberty Mutual pitch tracks had some tailing action, took it off of the outside corner. You see where Mesoraco's set up. He catches the ball on the left side of his body, and that one was a couple of inches off the outside corner. And Leake, being the crafty pitcher that he is, comes right back and tries to throw the identical pitch. This one a little further away, but Clevenger clearly told Jeff Nelson it's the same pitch. And can't do that. Can't argue balls and strikes at the major league level. Some umpires will let you get away with it, especially a catcher. But Jeff Nelson not in the mood after an hour and 20-minute rain delay tonight. That was a quick trigger on Steve Clevenger.
So Castillo will come up with a 1-2 count.
That's not good on a number of fronts. Cubs don't have a third catcher on the roster. I asked Dale before who would be the emergency catcher if you had to go that route. Darwin Barney's a guy that caught, I guess, back in Babe Ruth or something. It's been a while. You start looking at your utility players. Luis Valbuena, possibly. I don't know if he's ever been back there before. Adrian Cardenas, possibly. Joe Mather would volunteer to do it, I'm sure.
Sure he would. Yeah.
But hopefully you get through the rest of this ball game without incident, and Wellington Castillo can finish it up. You know, if you had an electronic strike zone, that would never, ever happen. Ever.
Those pitches both would have been called balls.
Yeah,
that's for sure. There's Castillo. Foul tips for the strikeout. Strikeout, according to Bob Rosenberg, is charged